What up, what up, what up, everybody? Y'all know who this is. This is Lily. This is the host of the Ish We Talk. I'm glad we are right back into those regular everyday activities of hitting y'all on a Friday. What do y'all got to do? Right before y'all hit the club, man, come on and see us for a minute so we can talk this ish. We're gonna talk about Pooh Sheisty. We're also gonna be talking about the Tiger Woods debacle. I mean, if y'all don't know, like, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some things that happened in the city with Uber, because that was a whole thing. And we need to reflect on that. And then we're gonna also talk about Usher. Sidebar, we're gonna talk about the verses because we didn't talk about the verses. And as always, take care of yourself and others. I didn't steal no joint, by the way. People keep saying I'm stealing it. I didn't steal a joint. But let's get to the show. What up, what up, what up, you beautiful people in the world? How are y'all doing, man? We are live on the Ish We Talk. You know who this is. I already gave y'all my introduction. I am with the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles, the lady that makes sure that everything that we go through is, checked on, but we're still going to have our opinions about it. But she makes everything move. If it wasn't for her, y'all wouldn't know me on the interweb. So let's give a round of applause for my cousin, my friend, the producer of this show. Right now, she's in her Phoenix era with this hair. So let's give a round of applause for my cousin, Lindsay.
Hello, how's it going?
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And you know what I'm doing right now? I'm about to get on TikTok Live. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. We're on a lot of other things too, but I'm just gonna mention those. Shout out to Twitch, because Twitch, hey man, y'all gotta keep on jumping on and giving me these degenerate comments because I live for you guys.
I know, right?
Man,
Oh my gosh.
it just gives me life for them to say. I wonder if they call me T Grizzly now.
I don't know. Does he still have dreads?
I don't know.
I don't know.
And they're locks, by the way.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And they're locks, by the way,
Yeah.
because I don't dread anything about them.
I guess. Um, Takashi was in prison.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Recently,
Yeah. Um,
I guess.
Takashi 6ix9ine released from prison. Flex's Mondoro signed SpongeBob and Wild Custom Keychain.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, it's TMZ reporting it. So
Well, they'll be definitely up on it.
yeah, I just be like going on social media to do my 1-2, and of course when you get on here, just the wildest shit pops up, and
Right.
this ain't even the wildest shit. I'm not gonna say what I just saw, but ladies, uh, we live in a day and age where a lot of people have a lot of technology. So when you're being intimate with someone, make sure they put their technology away. All of their technology, even what they wear on their face. Make sure they put it away.
Oh yeah, yeah, because meta's real.
Man, oh man, is meta real.
Meta's real.
Oh man. So yeah. Let me go ahead and get far away from that. Uh so yeah. We were having a conversation right before we hopped on live, and let's go ahead and start with that. So versus the latest installment was last week, and it was Tyrese versus Tank. So this was an R&B versus, and this versus it had a little you know a little anticipation for it because of some past drama between them two. At one point they were bandmates, and then they got into it. Um, you know, and so do you remember why they got into it?
I really don't.
Okay, so they got into it because I think they were doing shows. I don't necessarily remember if it was a tour or not, but they were doing shows, and they were split. Excuse me, they were splitting it equally, and Tyrese was just like, um, it's low key not right for us to split it equally because I'm the bigger artist.
Mm.
And so Tank was like, yeah, no, it is. And if we're going to go down that route, you're only the bigger artist because of your acting, not because of your singing. And we're in the music realm, we're not in the acting realm. And if we were going to go on who's the biggest artist as far as music is concerned, it would be Genuine. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
that is 100% true because you can't deny Pony. Pony still gets played to this day. It will never die.
Not even Pony. It's just like back to back platinum singles.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, by far, Pony is the biggest one out of everything they've ever done.
Just be quite honest. Everybody in the world, when he asked that question, everybody said yeah. Because if you're horny, yeah, of course, let's do it.
Right.
Like,
My Pony.
what are we talking about? Like,
Right.
if you're horny, then let's do it.
I mean, since you put it like that.
Yeah, like what are we talking about? Like, like
I
let's
mean, how
just
can
put
you
it in
resist?
perspective with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we put a narrative out there.
I
Yeah,
mean, how
the
can one
audience that he
resist?
was catering to at the time, Genuine was what in his 20s.
Mm-mm.
Everybody was horny. So when he asked that question, everybody said, "Hell yeah, let's do it. Ride this pony,
Right. My saddle's waiting.
jump on it."
I mean, he put it so simple.
I'm just a bachelor
Yeah.
looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride
Without falling
without
off.
even falling off.
Yeah.
You got to be compatible. Take me to my limits. Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't want to get off. That's a bar.
It's a few bars.
No, no, hold on, hold on.
Hmm.
Let's put it in perspective.
Hmm.
Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't want to get off. That's a bar.
Yeah. That definitely is a
Now,
part.
all men right now, we've been in those situations. Hopefully, some of y'all have been. I can't speak for every man. No, you get there, and boom, and break you this. I can't. I don't know. I can't move. Yeah, been there. If you ain't been there, I don't know what to tell you. I'm in my 40s now. I'm gonna tell you in my 20s. I've heard that a lot. I've heard it in my 40s now. I'm just saying.
So,
Yeah.
sidebar, because we do sidebars. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and they came up with an interesting conversation. I was like, So they were talking about like females that they would absolutely lie and say that they never took down. And they were saying, they didn't say who, of course, but they were saying like in their history, it was probably like about 4 that if they were to ever come out and be like, yeah, I hit him, they would be like, nope, absolutely not, never touched her. Is there anybody in your past? You don't have to give me no name, but is there anybody in your past that you would absolutely lie about?
Fuck no.
No.
You know why I wouldn't?
Mom.
Because I've been fucking for a long time. And so I understand that how you looked when I was a certain age and you was a certain age ain't what you gonna look like now.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gonna deny you, because like if somebody was like, man, I heard you, yeah, I did, but we were at this age. Look at her at that age and then say you wouldn't do it. I ain't saying you would do it now. I'm just saying this is when we did it. So boom, yeah, of course. Like, no, I don't deny nothing.
Yeah.
I don't deny nothing, especially because I hate to be this kind, but I'm gonna be this kind. I grew up in the age where you had those skinny minis, like little bitty broads that'll get pregnant early, and boom, as soon as that baby drop, they get that baby weight, and that baby weight don't come off. They was already skinny minis, and now they like thick with little titties. I was knocking the shit out. I was knocking that shit out the frame. I was knocking that shit the fuck out the frame. Now, how they look now, vastly different. But will I deny it? Nope. Nope, because I just be like, okay, well, look at her in 2006 and then compare it to 2026. Yeah. It just is what it is. I don't look the same. But the thing about me is I just happen to have the greatest of the greatest genes that I'm just still fine.
So what if it was somebody that, always look rough?
I just ain't never had that.
Okay.
I ain't never had that situation. I ain't never been in a situation where they was like, why'd you take her down? Like, no. Even because I'm an equal opportunist sniper. Just to be quite honest. I'm an equal opportunist sniper. Like, no, like I didn't deal with the littles, I didn't deal with the bigs. The bigs was bad back then.
Okay.
I could show you some bigs, they still fine now. You be like, damn, you hit that? Yeah, I sure did. Knock that down.
Hey, just because your weight is up doesn't mean that everything else is a dub. You know what I'm saying? So
I know a big girl now. I'm talking about big models and everything. Motherfuckers be like, I couldn't do it. I'm like, yeah, you couldn't do it. Yeah, I did.
Right.
I did that, and we wave and we speak to each other every day because we know we put each other through that.
Take me through there. Take me through there.
Talking about nigga take you down on a Chris Brown song. Nigga, what you talking about?
Right. Okay. I just thought that was real curious. That was a real curious question. Cause I'm like, I didn't know that dudes was out here really like, yeah, I'm lying on that one. So
yeah. So I've realized now, and I guess it's because I'm getting older. Just to be quite fair, and it's no downplay to women when I say this, but a lot of men have a lot of female tendencies where they feel like if they didn't have no connection, it don't count anymore. Yeah, it do.
No,
yeah, it do.
It count.
It count. It still count. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't
You
deny.
having a connection ain't got nothing
These
to do with
grown
it.
men nowadays are saying things like, "Oh, well, it was just a one night stand." So what?
Yeah, and
You
that
still
counts.
bagged it. You still
Yeah.
bagged it and tagged it. And that night, you made her feel like she was special.
Yeah,
So
possibly.
you can't
They was
deny it.
the
I'm not
chosen.
denying nothing.
Yeah, they was the chosen one at that point. Mm.
So I've had this conversation with Jasmine. Jasmine even said it. She was like, it is one situation where she was like, I thought I was supposed to be intimidated. I said, no, what you looking at is now. You ain't looking at what was back then.
Oh Lord. All right, we gonna move on. All right. So back to verses. Okay, so I watched the verses. I didn't watch it live, but I thought it was a cool verses. You know, they did a pretty good job. And what I would say is that um all things considered, I really feel like it wasn't a big gap like people was trying to say that it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like people were saying, "Oh, Tank gonna wash Tyrese." You know what I'm saying? I don't think that happened. Um,
No, that didn't happen.
yeah, I don't think that happened. And even though it's all fair game, you know, because Tank is a writer. He's written a lot of good songs. So and he's written a
Short
lot of
topping songs.
you said what?
Short topping songs.
Chart topping songs, right. And he's written for a
Platinum.
bunch of people.
Platinum hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's written for a bunch of people too. So he had, you know, people come out and he also was playing songs that he wrote. Tyrese, it was just him. So I think that weighs a lot because it was Tyrese going up against Tank and them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that actually weighs a lot on Tyrese's side. You know what I'm saying? So for it to not have been a wash, that speaks volumes to Tyrese, I think.
I'll give you that. I will
Yeah.
100% give you that.
So Kim Digital Beauty Vault is watching. Hey Kim. She says, "Nah, I've been fucking for a long time."
You gotta understand, like I'm fucking 43 years old. Like I've been fucking for a long time.
Right. She says he's so funny.
Like, it ain't like I'm 22 years. It'd be a difference if I was like a 22-year-old man to say that shit. You'd be like, oh no, he capping. I'm 43. I've been fucking for a long time.
That is funny. So, but yeah. So I think that weighed in Tyrese's favor. So, what do you think as far as that is concerned?
I do think Tyrese on his own, musically, a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Can't deny Tyrese. Like,
Yeah.
as much as y'all talk about his shenanigans If
Yeah.
we just strictly stick on music, Tyrese has been one of one.
Mm-hmm.
A person that writes his own music and can actually sing that shit like you hear it on the album.
Yeah. And I do take that back. You know, he did have one person come out, and that was Chingy. He had Chingy come out in the beginning, but
But
for the
yeah,
most part, it was just him.
yeah. So like you got to give Tyrese that. Tyrese was
Yeah.
able to hold his own, but you're holding your own against a conglomerate.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think he did well with holding his own against the conglomerate.
Me personally, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, um, and this is just my opinion, I feel like this versus was a great versus for R&B,
Mm-hmm.
100%. But it was a landslide victory.
I don't think it was a landslide.
For me, it was a landslide victory. And the reason why it was a landslide victory for me is because again, like before this whole podcast started, um I was like, this was it was boring to me because it wasn't it's an R&B versus. So for me it was boring. Um and that's not saying that this wasn't a good versus. It was just boring to me because of the R&B side. I'm just more of a hip hop fan. Uh
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time it's like for me it's a landslide victory because I know what Tank brings to the table. I know where Tank came from. Like, and I know Tank um went to a point where he was doing so much in music where he wanted to quit
Yeah.
because he didn't think he was getting enough recognition. And this is before the verses even hit.
Mm-hmm.
These are I've known this about him. He was just like, nobody is paying attention to me. But then people were telling him it's not you, it's
Mm-hmm.
the music that you bring. Like he's a Tyrese is a one of one. He's a dude that can sing the phone book and he's gonna make his own songs. Tank is a
Yeah.
person that can sing the phone book, is gonna sing his own songs, but also has so much creativity that he can hear your pitch and he can make a song for you. He also can hear your pitch and hear a song that was created for you and show you how to ride on that pitch.
Yeah.
Tyrese is great at everything that he does, but Tank in his own self is a whole conglomerate, and I don't think people understand that about Tank.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he's a system in his own by himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people align themselves around him because he can make everybody else better. Tyrese can't do that. Tyrese can make himself better, but he can't
Mm-hmm.
make everybody around him better. Tank can do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it was just a landslide victory for me.
Okay. Okay. And you know, that's fair. That's fair. It's just I just think it was closer than what it was because like if we're looking at like song for song, Tyrese got some undeniables. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Tyrese got shit that there's nothing that Tank has touched that would come close to what Tyrese got. You know what I'm saying?
But see, you say that, but you're only talking about the songs that Tank had for Tank, not the
No,
songs that Tank
I'm
had
not.
for
No,
everybody
I'm
else.
not. No, I'm not. Anything that Tank has ever touched, whether it be writing, him on a feature or a song that's all his. If you go song for song, nothing that Tank has touched can go up against Sweet Lady. Name me a song that can go up against Sweet Lady.
Name me a song that can go against Sweet Lady.
Yeah. Name me a song that Tank has touched that can go up against Sweet Lady.
Sweet Lady is a natural ballad.
That's like an American standard at this point.
So, as a ballad, nah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Because that's a stand on. Shout out to Melba before I continue, because Melba said fucking since fucking. You know? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I have been. I've been fucking since fucking.
Right.
But no, you are 100% right.
Yeah.
Sweet Lady is
Tank has
I'm not.
nothing.
He has nothing compared to that.
Not
But
one.
even saying that, give me something else. Because you got one.
That's all I need is one.
All you need is Sweet Lady.
Yeah.
So I deserve.
I would be like motherfucking Soldier Boy and play Sweet Lady 4-5 because you can't get tired of it. I don't give a damn.
You can't get tired of Sweet Lady. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Sweet
I
Lady.
have never met a person that got tired of Sweet Lady. I'm sorry, but
it's the fact that it sounds just like the record.
yes, he can sing it a cappella. He can sing it upside down. He can sing it in the shower. He can sing it on Sunday. He can sing it on Friday. He can sing it while he's eating his green eggs and ham. He can sing that fucking song. But backwards, frontwards, like.
But you're just giving me one song.
I will play that song every round. And he got other bangers. I'm not saying that he don't, but I'm just saying Tank has nothing that can beat Sweet Lady.
Okay. Say he doesn't have that. So Sweet Lady's top tier.
Yeah.
Well, we're dealing with multiple songs here.
You're right. We are dealing with multiple songs.
So once we get into the whole meat and potatoes of the legacy of Tank.
Yeah.
So we're not like the legacy of Tyrese for you. The legacy of Tyrese for you is Sweet Lady. The legacy of Tank is way more multiple songs.
There is way more multiple songs. I 100% agree. But I don't feel that Tank has anything that Tyrese can't fight. Now he may not win, but he can fight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, I don't even have to say anything because you said it without me saying it. He can fight. He ain't gonna win though.
Yeah, he may not win, but he can definitely fight. Tank can't fight Sweet Lady. You see, am I making sense what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Okay. So basically what you're saying is, no, he can win a war. He can win the battle. He can't win the war though.
He may not because I don't
think he ain't gonna win the war.
I don't think that Tyrese won. So I'm not up here caping being delusional. I don't think that he won. But Tyrese most definitely can fight. And he practically fought by himself.
He had Chingy, nigga. And that's downplay to Chingy. I'm just
downplay to Chingy. And that's a great song. That's a great song. But we don't love that song for the rap verses. We love that song for Tyrese. Now it was cool to see. It was cool to see Chingy. Don't get me wrong, but we're not like, damn, Chingy put down bars. No. We are like, every time I try to leave, I think he's believing me, man. Like, that's the part that we love. And we can just deal with the beat and the chorus and the ad-libs and be okay. Ashton Sanders is watching. Hello. Ashton says, it's all about what you want to gauge the battle off of.
And I gauge the battle off of this, Ashton. I gauge the battle off of one, the audience experience. Two, I gauge the battle off of the multitude of songs, from the arrangements of the song, and from the fact that these songs are not only just Tank songs, these are songs that people use to promote their careers. So I'm when I'm gauging it off of that, for me, like I said again, it's just for me, it's a landslide victory. Now, when I say a landslide victory, I'm not saying that like he totally washed Tyrese, because he didn't.
Well, landslide is pretty much a wash.
Well, I'm saying a landslide victory. I'm saying like, so if I'm rooting for the Patriots and I'm like the Patriots is gonna win, and then the Patriots end up losing 13-28, and it's after a while it's a landslide because it's too much. It's too much music. It's too much collaboration. It's too much of the acknowledgement. Like if anybody watched the verses, it was too much acknowledgement of people saying Tank is God body.
As far as what?
As far as songwriting and as far as being a vocalist, it was way too much God body into that.
Yeah.
When you get into that level, that's why I'm saying it's a landslide victory for me, because it was like, yeah, Tyrese is great, 100%. I ain't never denied Tyrese. It'd never be one of these situations where I'd be like, man, Tyrese was trash. Fuck no. Tyrese can never be trash.
Right.
Especially on the R&B side. But Tank, again, like I said in the beginning, whole conglomerate, whole movement by itself.
And see, but this is the thing for me, because Ashton does have a point. It's all about how you gauge it. For me, I'm gauging it like you're relying on all that other shit when it's just me up here. So to me, I would look at, if I was Tyrese, I would look at that as a flex. Like, I stand up here by myself, pretty much 10 tones down, like by myself. I had one feature in the beginning, and again, that song is about me, low key. That song is not, even though it's his song, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Compared to you and your 11 people you had on stage, like it's me, and it's not a wash.
I mean, but
like
again,
I would look at that as a flex.
So this is my thing, and so I said that to Jasmine when we were watching it. I said, this is the issue is we're watching two great vocalists, but one vocalist is actually a songwriter, and the other one is actually just a vocalist. So this is where the disconnection comes. Like, this man is a songwriter. Not only is he a songwriter, he is a background vocalist, something that Tyrese ain't never wanted to do. So this is the thing, like, because a lot of people don't even understand, like, some of your best songs that you grew up with, and I'm only talking about people in my caliber. Some of the best songs that you grew up with, Tyrese was in, Tank was in the background of. Tank knows how to sing everything from soprano to falsetto to baritone. He has that innate ability in him. Even Tyrese said, I can't sing like that.
Yeah.
So that right there lets me know, and it's just me. That just lets me know that the caliber of talent, it's no comparison. For me, it's no comparison. Tyrese is great. I'm never downplaying Tyrese. If Tyrese hears this now and goes on a rant where he starts to cry and he talks about his children, like I would just be like, sir, I never downplay. Like, because you are great. You are a great, like, you are a great vocalist. When you write songs, the songs that you write are amazing. I've had a bunch of your albums that played in heavy rotation. But I will also say this. It is songs that you listen to right now to this day. If you're in my age, between the ages of 35 to 45, that you was like, these were amazing songs, and Tank was either writing them or he was background vocalist. And so you gotta give him that. You gotta give him that respect for that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't respect him for that. I'm just saying, as far as a versus battle, if I were Tyrese, because it's closer than what people may have thought it was going to be.
I'll give you that. Like, I understand why Tyrese thought he won. And that I will give you. I understand why Tyrese thought he won, because everything he did was him.
Yeah, yeah.
So I understand why he thought he won.
Right. Right.
The nostalgia
and that would be a flex to me. That would be a flex to me. Like, you had to have 50, 11 people come out here when it was just me.
But I'm supposed to have 50, 11 people, because
you can. You ain't supposed to. You can. It's not against the rules. But then you run into a versus where that's what they rely on.
So.
And you still lose, i.e. Mario and Omarion.
Yeah, like
you can't just rely on, having all these guest appearances and stuff like that, because if we go back to the essence of versus,
that's what I was just about to get on that. It's the essence of it.
Yeah, if we go back to that and we just dumb it down all the way to not dumb it down, but break it down all the way to the bones of it all. It's about song for song. It's about, like, if you produced that you can use it. If you wrote it, you can use it. If you sung it, you can use it. And if you featured on it, you can use it. All that is fair game. And we're not talking about the crowd, because it wasn't no crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a whole nother element, and the guest appearances. You know what I'm saying? That became a whole nother element, So adding those two in there, people started relying on those. But if we break it down to the bones, like song for song, again, Tank ain't got nothing that can go against Sweet Lady.
So you keep going off of one song though.
But that's a one song. Like I said before, Tyrese can fight. I ain't saying that he can win every battle or every round, but Tyrese can fight every song that Tank can put up there. Tank can't fight every Tyrese song.
Tank can't fight every Tyrese song is crazy to me, because Tank can fight every Tyrese song.
Tank can't fight Sweet Lady.
He can fight Sweet Lady.
No, he can't. There is nothing that Tank has that will win up against Sweet Lady.
So we keep on, because I think this is where the disconnect comes from, because we keep on saying that.
You just agree with me.
So my thing is, and I agree, but the disconnect comes in when you saying Tyrese songs. You can fight it with a Tyrese song, even though Tyrese didn't sing it, because he wrote it.
Tyrese or Tank?
Or excuse me, Tank.
That's what I'm saying. It's all fair game. His songwriting, producing, singing, featuring, all that is fair game. If you look at everything that Tank has touched, that's his catalog. Comparing it to everything that Tyrese has touched, that's his catalog. So that means that Sweet Lady is fair game. That means that whatever you want to pull when you're strategizing, because if you're strategizing and you're getting ready for the battle, you know that Tyrese is going to pull out Sweet Lady at some point. There is literally nothing
he wanted him to
can pull from his catalog that he's gonna think that he's gonna win. That's one that he just gonna have to give to Tyrese, because he literally has nothing.
He kept asking him. He kept telling him, bring that. You should have brought that out earlier.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You should have did that earlier. That would have got the crowd on you.
Yeah. That's like when you playing spades and you know you got the big joker. A lot of people like to save it for the end. When
Yeah,
I
but if you got
play,
if you got a
you
handful of
know,
hearts, that
yeah,
should be that should be something you throw out real fast.
yeah, just go on ahead and get this shit out the way.
Go on get that book, bro. He
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do it. So this is what I'm saying. He didn't do that. By the time he did that, you know what people were already understand, especially the people that was there that didn't know. You know, the thing that he kept getting people with was, um, can I come over? Can I
And
come
that's the part that's
over?
crazy to me. I'm so shocked that people didn't know that he was behind that song.
They didn't know.
Yeah,
And
because
he
he
had to
was
do
signed to
the riffs
Black
and the
Child
ad
Too.
libs. That's
Yeah,
so
that's him all
if
day.
that would have been the only thing that would have been able to compete with Sweet Lady.
But it's still not gonna win. I know. Look,
I'm
I
saying
know. I've been
now
knowing that
I
from the
agree
jump
with
that
you.
that song is part of his catalog.
I
It's
agree,
it's mind blowing that people didn't know that.
and
But yeah, I know.
that's
I
what I'm saying.
know. I
I
know. We're
agree with
talking
you
about that too.
100%. But when he didn't do that, now you even when Sweet Lady comes up, yeah, Sweet Lady's a trump card.
Yeah.
But I'm already knocking down too much, and I already got too many people
Right.
coming out to celebrate. Now it's
And
too
I
much.
get that. And I 100% get what you're saying. And I go back to saying my point again is that Tank will probably win the war, more than likely. Because again, I'm not saying that Tyrese won. I'm just saying in that particular round, you know that Sweet Lady is coming. It's inevitable. Tank has nothing. So I wouldn't even pull out a solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pulling out an ace for Sweet Lady. Like that's the big joker. That's the big joker. There's
Oh, so
literally
you play you played it you played the game like kind of on a low risk high risk.
yeah, like you gotta play it like a space game. Like if you know that you don't have the big joker, like let's just be real about it. You know you don't have the big joker. You know that Sweet Lady is the big joker. You know that motherfucker is coming out at some point. I am not going to play my ace until I see your big joker. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense.
I get that, but what would you believe that? So we already established Sweet Lady is Tyrese big joker. What is Tank's big joker?
Tank, when you play spades, it's only one big joker.
No,
So
I'm just saying, like, what's his joker card then? Because there's
he
only
will
one
have a
nigga that
little
got the big
joker.
joker.
He will have a little joker.
What's his
And
little joker?
does he have a little joker? Let's see. He does have a little. He will have the little joker. I'll give him the little joker because I mean, in some battles, sometimes one person has both the big and the little joker. But I would give Tank the little joker. For me, it would probably for me. It would probably be either when we or please don't go.
So I'm gonna say this.
And I would probably
But
say please don't go. And I don't even think he played please don't go.
he did,
He
but
did?
it was in a melody.
Okay, okay.
But what I will say is, I think Tank had the big joker and the little joker because, yes, because you keep saying it, my ace, my ace. Sweet Lady is Tyrese ace
That's the big joker.
for you. I'm
Period.
saying, and
You
that
could not.
and
I've
this,
been asking you what is
I'm saying,
what is
I'm just talking
battling
about
Sweet
in the
Lady.
verse. I'm like, okay, so we can. All right, let's do this because I don't want us to be arguing about it.
I know.
So let's just say this right here, and I will be on stand to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet Lady, one of the best, phenomenal, actual vocal performance any R&B artist has ever had, known to man, live and on record. Period. We'll
Mm-hmm.
never deny that. but that's his ace. He doesn't have a big joker, little joker. What Tank has is
Mhm.
a big joker and a little joker, because he has the big joker with him being a actual song writer, and his little joker is him being a actual background vocalist.
And with him being an actual songwriter, and him being an actual background vocalist, and him being a all-around entertainer, he has never created anything greater than Sweet Lady. He does not have a big joker. He don't. I've
So
been asking you, and
I,
at one point you agreed with me that he
I
does
still
not
agree with
have
you.
anything that can go up
He
against
doesn't.
Sweet Lady.
He doesn't.
If I'm saying everything is fair game, I'm asking you what?
I'm
What?
saying what song, like, because we can go for songs that Tank has been in. So you telling me
Anything that Tank has touched, what is something that will be able to battle Sweet Lady in a round and make you have to go to decision?
so you telling me Can I Come Over?
It's not
It,
winning up against Sweet Lady.
it won't
Hell no.
for
That ain't
you.
even Aaliyah's biggest song.
It ain't Aaliyah's a bigger song, but you telling me that, and because I'm just talking, I'm speaking for the masses,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody they wasn't an Aaliyah fan back then, so I'm not even gonna act like that. But now that she's this icon, you
Right.
telling me,
And I'm with you on that, but yeah.
yeah. No, I think we was like, I ain't gonna say we, but like in the town, we loved Aaliyah.
Yeah, we loved
Like
her.
you telling me, Can I Come Over and Sweet Lady ain't gonna compete with each other?
No.
Shit,
No,
you crazy.
absolutely not.
You crazy.
Absolutely not.
You crazy. You know what? I think we'll never come to an agreement just because of the dynamic of Can I Come Over for dudes was a bop, and Sweet Lady was a bop for females and dudes in this town. So I think, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just be for me, I'm just being subconsciously biased on that, but I do believe they can go against each other.
I don't. Not even close. Not even close. A lot of people will be like, why the hell would you play that against Sweet Lady when you could have possibly played that in another round and won? Just on the strength because everybody loves Aaliyah.
That and that's what I would play it for.
It's still not going to win over Sweet Lady, though.
Okay. I would guarantee you most like most people.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say for because I'm only speaking for myself. I think most people would be like, oh, especially if they didn't know and they know what I'm saying, they suck the tit of Aaliyah right now.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh shit, like that
And
was
you know what's so wild? As far as when he did play Come Over, how Tyrese was trash. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, he's not gonna win on the internet for that.
Yeah.
But he was keeping it real though. And that's not to downplay Come Over, because everybody for the most part likes Come Over. But it's not even her best song. And I don't think it would have, and like it became a single after she passed. I don't think it would have even been a single had she not passed.
I mean, God bless the dead.
Yeah. Absolutely. But
I'm
let's just keep it one.
Yeah, let's just keep it one. I'm an individual that love B-sides. That's a great B-side song.
A great B-side song. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think it would have been a single had she not passed.
You know I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
What did Ashton say?
Ashton says Tyrese is a great actor though. Laugh my ass off. Tyrese is a great actor. Tyrese is a great actor.
Again,
but
like
you know who, honestly, you know who is a really good actor who I was totally shocked with and I would love to see more of? Tank.
Tank is a good actor.
Tank is a very good actor. So, yeah.
That's just not the lane he wants to be in. But um, he's both of them are multi-talented individuals. They can go into different areas. Pause. And be great at it. Like
All right, so we have spent almost an hour on this, and it wasn't even on the docket. So,
really? Oh
yeah.
my god! Like yeah, let's get the fuck up off of this shit.
So, final thoughts with the verses.
Final thoughts with the verses. Again, to me, it was boring. Um, and the only reason why I say it's boring because it had its moments. Like it like Tank is a very funny individual.
Right, I'm about to say you
Tyrese
didn't
is
like
very funny.
turtleneck.
Tyrese is funny too. Don't know what I'm saying. Don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. I think it was entertaining, but as far as the music was concerned for me, shit, at the time I was drinking tequila, so it was boring. Like I was just like, all right, I mean, shit.
You
Just to
trying
be
to
quite
get
honest with everybody that's watching this show right now, I'm just like, all right, I mean, shit. It's either we gonna fuck or we gonna stop watching this.
fucking been fucking.
Yeah, they're playing fucking songs. Are we fucking or we about to watch another movie? Because like we gonna have to decide between the two.
One of the two, but some got to give. Damn it.
Yeah,
Well,
but I do believe that I will say this. I do believe that it was needed because a lot of times people do now, especially nowadays, they really do downplay the organic R&B artists. So I do believe it was needed.
especially in the day and age where we're getting synthetic R&B. Shout out to Jack Harlow. Seeing something like this was great. You know.
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to, and we'll talk about that on another podcast.
Yeah.
Because Jack Harlow and this whole Monica thing, I just I don't like it because I know for white people what Monica means.
You know, I saw that long ass time ago. It had to be like about 13 years ago or something like that when that song came out.
Yep.
And there was this like clip that said, "Why do black people call each other Monica?" And then they played the song and I died laughing. I'm like, that's what y'all hear?
Yeah, so I know what that means. So when he did that, I was just like, and then when he's going on interviews talking about he went blacker, I'm like, you just okay. That's it. I'll digress later.
It felt like he was low key trying to troll us.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
And I'm just not gonna give him that bait and anything, but like, come on, my nigga.
Right.
I know what you're doing.
Right. And so Trick Turner is watching and he says, "My nigga." So yeah. So yeah, that's verses. So moving on. You know, we talked about a lot of stuff last week that we totally forgot about Usher. So Usher did an interview and he was kind of low-key baited into trying to talk shit about Diddy. And he chose to not conform and he chose to focus on the positive. Now, over the years of us knowing Usher, which has been over 30 years at this point, he's been a pretty positive person. So I can't see him talking negative about anybody, you know? So I don't think he would have started with Diddy. And he didn't. And, you know, he gave an answer that said that basically he wants to try to focus on the positive of Diddy. His interactions with him all through these years, because we know that he was his producer when he first came out on his first album and whatnot. So he's been around Diddy for a really long time. And he said that, he learned a lot of things from him. There's a lot of things that he accomplished as an executive, as an entertainer, and whatnot. So he is choosing to think of the positive. Now, because of what has been going on in the past couple of years with Diddy, a lot of people have felt a way about this response from Usher. And, there has been debate and discourse that he should have at least acknowledged the victims of Diddy, or at least condoned what Diddy has been convicted of, or what we have visually seen from him. Me personally, I don't feel like we need to have a blanket statement come from him. Like, I feel like it goes without saying that, yeah, I don't condone domestic violence. I don't condone um the negative things that y'all are claiming that he has done, right? I feel like that should go without saying at this point. But people are saying that he should have said that, and that would have been acknowledging his victims, and then moved on to talking positive about Diddy. But no, I think Usher did what he wanted to do, and he wanted to, keep the vibe positive when he speaks on him. What are your thoughts about this situation?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I don't really want to even like deep dive into what people are doing. I'll just say this: um, we are going to have individuals who, um, in the public view, you're going to deem that it's wrong, 100%, and 100% they can be wrong in the public view for what they did. At the same time, we have to understand that in that same light, we have to understand what they did for other people. For Usher was not privy to the things that were going on with Puff Daddy for this trial in this case. So he can only tell you how he feels about Puffy. And he has the utmost respect for Puffy. And that's what he put out there in perspective. And I've had this conversation a couple of days now. And then I just had this conversation before I got online. And I would just reference into this. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby has admitted to doing atrocities. And people have not gone to bat, but they've done the same thing that Usher did and say, around me, this is what this man was. And so I respect the man for what he was when he was around me. If you can't respect that, then all of you guys, in a nutshell, are lying to yourself because you got an uncle that you love to death. But that uncle probably slapped the shit out of his bitch. But when he was around you, he was the dopest uncle you ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all got stepdaddies that you like, my stepdaddy was a shit. And then his real kids tell you how fucked up he was because you don't even know them niggas. So we got to understand that, like, in this society, in this world that we live in, you're going to have people that realize the error of their ways and they try to change it as much as possible, but they can't outlive their past. And it comes back to haunt them. The problem with the rest of us is we try to act like that negates the positive things that they've been doing. Now, I'm not ever, when I say this, I'm not never saying it is okay to violate anybody at all. What I'm saying is If this person did violate an individual, they should be held accountable for that. But people that wasn't privy to that, they shouldn't be held accountable for how they feel about him or how they feel about her. That it just is what it is. Y'all can argue with your mama, don't argue with me.
Mm-hmm.
All of us has been in situations where you have dealt with an individual that was great to you, but was a piece of shit to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, I'ma just keep it real with a lot of you street niggas. A lot of you street niggas swear by a man who is a snitch. And the whole world will say it is snitch. But you would turn around and be like, he ain't never told on me. So how are you gonna have that same logic and then turn around and fault Usher for what the fuck he said about a man that made sure that he was in the spectrum of what he is now? Y'all got to stop doing that. I learned a long time ago that what ends up happening with people is a lot of people will hide someone's idiosyncrasies or someone's terrible acts because what they did for the greater good. That has been happening not only in America, but the world in general. So if you know that, why would you get mad at what Usher said? Usher's not telling you, oh no, everybody should do the things that Puffy did. He's not saying that. He's
Mm-mm.
telling y'all, I wasn't privy to none of that. And what that man did to me, or what that man has done for me,
Mm-hmm.
I would never deny. Because he made Usher who Usher is, or he helped Usher become who he was. So I respect that to the fullest. He didn't condone or say everything that he did was right. Um, he just said the misreputation for him, because what he knows about Puffy is a different Puffy than what is on trial or what was on trial. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta respect that. If you don't
Yeah.
respect that, then everybody in this world is hypocrites. Because your mama, some of y'all mamas wouldn't shit, and y'all die for, about y'all mamas. Let's just keep it 100. Some of
Man.
y'all mamas was dope heads growing up. Let me tell you, your mama was a crackhead. You'll shoot me dead in my face.
Yeah.
So don't deny that. Don't say he's agree, because he didn't agree to anything that Puffy did.
Yeah.
Only thing he said was it's a misrepresentation of who he was as a person, which I totally understand of how Usher was looking at it, because how he looks at Puffy is not how a victim looks at Puffy.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And then, like, he's known him for over 30 years. So somebody that has known him for over 30 years and has never seen no shit like this. And y'all mean to tell me that this is true? I don't know that man. Like, it's the same thing when you get with a man who has an abusive past, but he has been the utmost gentleman in you. You and that girl that's telling you about how she got knocked between the washer and dryer, y'all not the same. Y'all not dating the same person.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, not it's not condoning, but y'all quick to tell that girl, I'm not listening to what you're saying. He's never done that to me. But you don't understand where Usher coming from. Like, it make sense.
The funny part about that is, and I've said this before, if y'all follow me on any type of social media, I've said this before. If you got an alligator in the house that is tearing up the house, busting out windows, fucking up the cabinets, all that, doing all that, why do you focus your attention on the bear that's outside? Focus on the alligator. And the way I bring that a whole in a nutshell is y'all want to make Puffy seem like such a pariah, and y'all still haven't brought up anything that certain people have done in Epstein files. But y'all want to turn around and just, and he's already been convicted, he's already been tried, he's already doing his time. But y'all got a real alligator in the house that y'all don't even want to talk about no more. Y'all still want to talk about the bear outside. Y'all like, well, the bear's doing this, the bear's doing that. The alligator's up there fucking up your fucking furniture.
Right. The bear across the street.
Yeah.
The bear ain't touched your property. Yeah.
Deal with the alligator first, nigga. Y'all want to, and I hate to say it like this, but I just got to keep it a bean. Everybody wants to throw niggas under the bus so bad that we stop paying attention to the fucking problem that's in front of us. The problem in front of us is we have motherfuckers that are doing this shit in real time that are not being even on Puffy level. Like let's talk about Puffy. Puffy was hiring niggas to come in and fuck his bitch. Okay. We can say it's a problem. We can say it's prostitution. We can do all that.
Prostitution whore.
We can say all that, and we can be totally correct about that. But we not gonna talk about the children that came missing and the girls that were in pictures and the islands and the man that supposedly killed himself.
Yeah, we're not big.
Yeah, we just keep on sweeping that under the rug, and we just and niggas just keep on pleading with niggas, but we ain't talking about the real alligator that's slapping shit down off the table.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm just like, man, at this point, like this is not even a witch hunt no more. It's just niggas just totally ignoring it. It's everybody is sitting in a burning building, but then they want to talk about the smokestack that's outside. Like it's just a bunch of bullshit to me. Like, can we get over this shit? Can we at the end of the day, can we not and okay, this is probably just me being on my total just black shit. Can we not be on some, all right, yeah, he did this fucked up shit, but what did he do to music? How did he change it? Did he change music for the better? Because I'll say, yeah, hell yeah, he did. Because he gave black people not only an outlet to it, but he gave black people an outlet to understand that you can own some shit. Just like with Cosby, Cosby did some shit that he agreed to. He said he did. But he sent more niggas to college than anybody in a fucking America, including the government.
Yeah.
So we gonna... y'all that when I say y'all, I'm strictly talking about my pale brothers. Y'all hide y'all villains. So why can't we expose ours, but also talk about what they did? Like the good that they did.
Yeah. Like why is it such a bad thing to talk about the good?
Yeah. Like why we can say, yeah, he did some fucked up shit. But this is what he did on contrast of it. Because like y'all always want to talk about Martin Luther King having bitches. Martin Luther King had a whole movement that changed the whole revolutionary game. Mm-hmm. So let's just be 100. Bill Cosby roofied a bunch of bitches. At the same time, you wouldn't have black doctors and black lawyers and black judges if it wasn't for Dr. fucking Bill Cosby.
So what that, a lot of people had to get passed out in great.
It ain't so what. Like, don't get me wrong. It ain't people. So what.
Yeah, but I'm being saying, sarcastic, people. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So yeah, because it ain't so what. But it's like if you gonna talk about the left hand, you need to talk about the right hand too, because that's what y'all do about y'all people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And then what they don't do is discuss how a lot of their people are the same, if not worse. Because there's a laundry list on that side too. We're not gonna get on the fact that Elvis met Priscilla when she was what, 14?
Yeah. So I mean, and
And he was friends with her dad.
I mean, let's just
Like, what? And then then in the movie they tried to downplay it. Like, you know what? I
open up the floodgates. Let's just say this.
yeah.
Let's just say this. Because yeah, we can talk about the things that R. Kelly did. We can talk about the things that Bill Cosby did. We can talk about the things that P. Diddy did. That are bad. We can also talk about the things that Epstein did and the people that were involved with Epstein did. But then, can we talk about what Epstein did for the world?
Right.
And that falls on deaf ears.
Yeah.
Because all that nigga was doing was sex trafficking.
Right. And he dibbled and dabbled in finances here and there.
Yeah, but what did he do?
Job.
Yeah, what did he do
trafficker.
to actually promote or actually build up the U.S. of A?
He made the rich even richer.
So that means shit.
Basically.
To be quite honest,
Right,
that
basically.
means shit. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If we're gonna be on that, because I've been on this on the podcast for years, I've said this. We have to call out our monsters. Even though we call out our monsters, we cannot talk about. Or excuse me. Even though we call out our monsters, we also have to bring to light what they brung to the table that is relevant now, that has everybody doing it now. Puff Daddy let you know that, yeah, whatever he was doing, he's a scumbag for. But what he did was change the music industry for what it was to be a black man in the music industry and be a conglomerate.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that, then why are we not exposing everybody else of a different hue for just being morally wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not? I mean, I think the reason why is because everybody that was taking it on the chin, literally, don't want to expose it. But it just is what it is. So we just, as black people, it's like we went from being slaves to being excluded from things to being the scapegoat. And that is fucked up. And if we ain't seeing that now, then we ain't never gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the fucked up part about it. And then bringing it back to a realization of, we talking about Usher. Usher had every right to, know what I'm saying, if y'all think he defending Puffy, then fuck it, he defending Puffy. I ain't gonna fault that, because nigga, what you gonna do if a man looked you dead in the face, Lindsay, and said, I'm gonna guarantee you $1 million. And as soon as he guaranteed you $1 million, he went and bought a prostitute. Are you gonna be mad about that $1 million?
I will never be mad about that $1 million.
Exactly. So if we not giving I'm just putting it in layman's terms for everybody. If you don't give a fuck about that, then stop trying to make this man seem like he is worser than the shit that they don't want to expose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like they making us feud against each other, and that's weird. It's not weird. It's actually calculated. But we keep falling for that shit because you got
Yeah.
a bunch of niggas just want to be that kind. I'm like, nah, y'all missing the big picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. So yeah, so that is Usher. So, next up, so in Kansas City, some days ago, actually in a suburb on
Yeah,
the
it was in
Kansas
it
side,
was in
in Overland
Leewood.
Park. It was in Overland Park.
Yeah, it
So
was around Leewood, Overland Park, Prairie
mhm.
View. It's around that
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. So a young lady had ordered a Uber and had got into the Uber. And shortly after she got into the Uber driver noticed that there was a red, I believe, Jeep Cherokee behind them, and they was extremely close, and they were telling them. And the Uber driver was like, "I think we're being followed." So then, once it really dawned on them that they may be in danger, that's when he started speeding, trying to evade them. It didn't work. Then the driver of the Jeep started shooting at the car. So they tried to make a turn, excuse me, and ended up wrecking the car. The car caught on fire. But the people that was in the Jeep, excuse me, the people that was in the Jeep got out the car and started shooting at the car. The Uber driver got out, ran, and the passenger got shot 5 times. I believe all 5 times was in her leg. I'm not exactly sure, but
Nah, she got hit up. She got hit everywhere.
all I heard was the leg.
Nah, she got hit in the neck and everything.
Oh, it must have grazed her because
Yeah, a lot of
she was
those are
like,
grazes because of the
yeah,
way the car was turned, but she got hit a
yeah.
couple.
Because I noticed that she had that patch on her chest, or not patch, but that bandage on her chest. But it was just like a big old square band-aid. It wasn't like something detrimental. But yeah, so there were some people that was there, that ended up assisting getting her out of the car after the people drove off, obviously, because like I said, the car was on fire. So yeah, she ended up going to a hospital and whatnot, and she ended up making a social media post discussing what occurred. Well, of course, that was a very, very, very traumatic experience, very traumatic situation. A lot of us take Ubers for various reasons. So you don't think that you just getting into an Uber going from A to B, that's that big of a deal. But apparently something occurred, and yeah, this situation happened. Now the situation has grown legs. It has hit the blogs. It's all over the country at this point, and people are pretty shook behind this situation. And the young lady's social media post, she talked about the situation. She described what happened. She also described how she was so scared because she has 4 kids that she was never going to see her kids again. That has to be terrifying, especially when you don't know what is going on, why this is happening. That has to be extremely terrifying. Um, we still don't know to this day. The people have not been caught. We still don't know to this day why this even occurred. Far as I know, that they were just randomly picked out. So, um, yeah, like to add insult to injury, the young lady, she's a forklift driver, but she gets contracted out. So she works for an agency that contracts her out, and they ended her assignment. So she has a GoFundMe out right now to help assist. But because of this incident, she had to be off work or whatever. They ended her assignment. And so, yeah, she's without a job. And the complex that she lives in, she had like just moved there not too long ago. So that's another thing, you know. And then on top of that, if anybody knows anything about Overland Park is like one of the richest towns in the country.
Yeah,
Stuff
it is.
like that is not supposed to happen there.
Well,
So
I ain't
it
gonna say it's not supposed
really,
to happen.
well,
It's unlikely.
yeah, it's highly unlikely that stuff like that would occur, but it did, and it do, and it really doesn't matter where you're at.
Yeah.
Shit is going to happen where shit happens, you know. So it's just an unfortunate situation all the way around. It really has you thinking, um, about mortality and whatnot. Um, and then it's like, what kind of added safety procedures could Uber have done? I honestly don't see what they could have done. It's just
Right.
it's just an unfortunate situation. Some people are saying like she should sue. I'm like, sue
Nah.
them for what? They didn't do it,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know? So I don't know. But, it's a lot of discourse behind this situation. Rightfully so. But what are your thoughts?
My thoughts about that is I'm not laughing at the young lady. I'm laughing at the situation because I'm just like, okay, it was a shooting, so a shooting did happen. She was able to speak about the situation, but the Uber driver was not. Um, so maybe it was something going on that we're not privy to. But who am I to say that? I'm just on the outside looking in. I don't know anything about it. I don't believe because there's a lot of discord, and there's a lot of people saying that this young lady um, might have been targeted. I don't believe that she was targeted at all. There's a lot of people saying she was. I don't believe she was targeted. What I believe is um, maybe the Uber driver was targeted, or maybe it was one of those things where um, I'm trying to be professional, but I can't. I do really I just believe that the Uber driver probably if like has something more to do with this situation than the young lady.
And see, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that the young lady had anything to do with this situation. And I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I would 100% say I'm wrong. I just don't believe that in this situation because I'm privy to we both privy to being around Missouri and Kansas.
Hmm.
I just don't. I truly believe there's something more into this situation. Um, but I don't think she had anything to do with it. I do think.
I, I honestly, this is what I think. I don't think the driver nor the passenger had anything to do with it. I think that they just randomly targeted them. I was thinking like maybe like some gang initiation or something like that.
And you could be 100% right. And the only thing that I was combating with that because when people was asking me that, I'm just like, where's the Uber driver statement?
Why do we
Because
need an Uber driver statement?
huh?
Why do we need an Uber driver statement?
Well, it's free to the public, and and things like that is always free to the public.
He's probably should he or she is probably should like I'm not mad at the Uber driver if
But
they did not want to make a statement.
yeah, and I totally agree with you on that sentiment. But for me, and I could just be wrong, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm just like, I'm not only do we have we don't have a statement that is free to the public. Um, we don't even know what happened to the Uber driver.
We know the Uber driver ran off.
We know the Uber driver ran.
Yeah.
And so this is the thing. So this is what gets me, and again, I'm not blaming the Uber driver because this could have nothing to do with the Uber driver.
Mm-hmm.
But it to me, the thing that's baffling me is like they would have said either they were arrested or they were this or they were involved in this, or they would have said something about something and they not saying anything. So I'm just like, what's going on with this? This is deeper
Yeah.
than rap.
Right. It's like the Uber driver ran for the border or something. Like the last that we hear in the story is the driver ran off. We don't hear about the driver coming back to get the car and being
Exactly.
engulfed. We don't hear about the driver, nothing. Ain't
So
nobody try to
so
put
this is
no GoFundMe together because now the Uber driver is without a job as well.
so this
Like,
is this is why I'm like, man, we everybody keeps focusing on this young lady, and which we should because that was tragic. But I'm
yeah,
like, it's something going on. I'm like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my spider sense being on some dumb shit because I drink a lot. But I'm just like, why are we not paying attention to this Uber driver just like MIA? Like no car
I
pickup, no
get it.
nothing. We don't know. We don't know who that. Like we have seen, especially in this city, we have seen Uber robberies. We also seen the Uber driver talking. We've
Mhm.
this Uber driver ain't saying shit.
Not a word.
Gone. This motherfucker vanished.
Yeah, they literally ran
Gone.
for the border.
This motherfucker out of, I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
but
I'm just
but
like,
in the same breath, I'm not mad because that's hella traumatizing.
and I
You know what I
understand
mean?
that. At the same time that you don't want to make a statement or anything, they would still, even if you say I don't want to say nothing for the news, you still have to say something to the police, and that is free to the public, and nobody can find it.
Maybe
Which
they literally ran for the border. I don't know.
lets me know it's just something. I think this is something way bigger.
It
And
could
I ain't
be.
gonna say bigger like that, but I don't believe because a lot of people are saying that nah these people were targeting her. I don't believe that they were targeting a young lady. I don't believe that.
I just I don't think that I just don't think that they knew either one of them. I feel like this was some type of target practice for them, some type of gang initiation. Maybe they didn't like black people. I don't know. But I don't think I think you could have inserted anybody and this would happen. Especially because of the fact that the car wrecks, the car is on fire, they get out the car and they shoot her. And she not only doesn't die, but these are not critically wounded shots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And
she's still in the ER telling the story.
which I understand. Like
Yeah.
I understand why they wouldn't critically wounded shots because if the car's flipped over, they're just shooting at the bottom of this bitch.
Yeah.
'Cause
But if you're doing
I
so
see
much
that
as
come.
to get out the car, I would think somebody that's getting out the car, walking over to a car to shoot the car or to shoot the people in the car, flipped over or not, I'm gonna get you. Cause why am I even out the car if I was just gonna do some bullshit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did.
I could shoot the car from the other car. I don't need to get out the car to do that.
But again, so in my theory, I'm like, I just think they went over there to just shoot the fucking car because, like, and I hate to say it like that, but I've been young and dumb and stupid. Um, uh, like I just think they just went over there, jumped out, and started firing shots, and the nigga just got, you know what I'm saying? The nigga was able to get up out of there. Um, I don't believe that it was targeted towards her. I do think it was targeted towards something. Like, you could be 100% right. I just don't understand why we can't not find this Uber driver.
Man, when you don't want to be found, you don't want to be found.
This is your fucking vehicle, my nigga.
And it's also my life. And I can buy another vehicle. But I can't buy another life.
You're like, if we going to Costa Rica at this point? Like,
y'all
you made enough money to go to Costa Rica?
They shook. They shook. They gonna figure it out, but they gone. You know what I'm saying? They are gone. Like, I get it. I get it. If I got enough for a plane ticket to Costa Rica, guess what? I'm on the first thing smoking about this motherfucker. Kansas City too rough. Kansas City got me messed up.
It ain't even Kansas City. It's like, nigga, like Leewood is crazy.
Yeah. Now, who would ever thunk that you would say that out of your mouth?
You know, you were saying that out loud was crazy.
Yeah. Who would ever thunk?
Because, you know what I'm saying? I was actually looking at homes in Leewood the other day. Guess I won't be doing that no more.
Right. You know, it's rough over there. Who says that? Nobody.
Like, nobody. Like, I was literally like, shit, come on.
I used to live in Overland Park. Shit. And you know who I was afraid of when I lived over there? I lived over there for like 2 years. I was afraid of the police when I lived over there.
Exactly.
So, yeah. And I was over there around the time when that shit came out about the Overland Park Police Department and how they was targeting black people and shit. Yeah, no, I was scared of the police when I lived there.
Yeah, man, listen, I've been privy to that. It's something about that. I'm not downplaying the Uber driver. I'm not saying you have anything to do with it. I just never, I never tried to be in a situation where I'm looking at something where it's no interview or no statement from the driver. So I'm like, and it's not saying that the driver had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
it's weird.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
But you know, it's early. It's early. We may be back for an update, and the Uber driver will probably have came out at that point. You know what I'm saying? We just never know. But you know, it is early. So there's that. But
because like a lot of these Uber drivers aren't like, a lot of these Uber drivers are, just to be quite honest, a lot of these Uber drivers are foreigners.
Maybe it was MAGA in an ICE support.
Yeah, like it could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
that would make it hate. That would make it
because I haven't, just to be quite honest, I have not ever taken an Uber in my life.
Really? Shit, I was just in one Saturday.
No, I had an opportunity to take an Uber when I was out in Florida, but then before I paid for the Uber, beautiful lady that was there was like, nah, don't take no Uber because they offer you free rides, so just hook you up with a free ride. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. So I didn't get an Uber.
Yeah.
Because at the area I was at, they offer you free rides in that facility. So I was like, all right, bet, I'll just take the free ride then. So I've never took an Uber ever.
Yeah. I take Ubers.
No, this is just me, just like, it just sounds kind of weird.
Yeah. I take Ubers mainly when I'm out of town or out of the country because I have taken them out of the country as well. But yeah, that's when I mainly do it. Like I've taken, but I've taken Ubers in town. Like I just said, I was in one last week. Um,
I was about to say my homeboy, he frequent and he got my homeboy got cars. Like this nigga got cars, but like, and he just be like, shit. Like if he has to do something, that requires him to go to like the airport or somewhere
mm,
near the airport or something like that, he just like, man, I just call Uber for that. And I'm like, for real?
yeah,
Like, yeah, I don't trip off that shit. I just call a Uber, nigga. I don't, man, I ain't about to be leaving my shit there. I'm like,
yeah,
oh shit, I never even thought about that.
yeah. Like as far as like the airport, I'll drive. I'll drive up there and park my car and pay for it. But like we took the train last weekend to St. Louis. So we took an Uber to the train station and we took an Uber from the train station. You know? So and then when we got to St. Louis, we took an Uber to and from the hotel. So yeah. It's I mean it's pretty simple. And then like I don't know how it is on Android, but I know on iPhone, if you go into maps, map and you put in the address, maps will tell you several different ways on how to get there. One of the ways is they price Uber and Lyft for you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you can go in there and it'll price it for you instead of you like switching back and forth and stuff like that between apps. It'll show you different ways on each app to take, and you can pick which one through that way, and then it'll take you to the app and you pay for it through the app. But yeah. So
That's something I need to know if I need to get an iPhone just to get like Uber rides.
mhm.
But like, yeah, even speaking of that, now I got a one of my homeboys, shit, because his people in Chicago, he told me, he said, nigga, once I touch down to Chicago, nigga, I just take Ubers everywhere, cause like parking, he said parking costs.
Yeah, parking is a lot. When I went up there to see Juvenile, that's how I got around was Uber. Like I don't be tripping about like getting around and whatnot when I go, like being like, oh, maybe I need to get rent a car and then I gotta pay for parking, I gotta pay for gas, I gotta pay for the car every day, I gotta pay for insurance. Like I don't be doing all that. I'm just gonna get an Uber and call it a day.
Yeah, cause that's how my dude that he goes to Chicago frequently because there's people down there, but he like shit. He I can't say he's bougie, but he's bougie.
Hmm.
Just be quite honest. And like
Yeah.
he's like, nah, I just like shit. I get down there, man, and I just uh take an Uber everywhere I go. He was like, man, I ain't about to be paying for shit like that. And he was like, where I park my shit, he already know what he gonna pay for that parking. I'm
Hmm.
gonna pay for my shit because he drives down there.
Hmm.
Excuse me, I park that motherfucker. I pay for that to be there, and then I'll be gone. I just take
Yeah.
Uber everywhere I go. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. I was like, that's expensive. He's like, nah, not what you think it is. Like,
Yeah. And then it's the convenience and it's less of a hassle. Like, because if you take your car, you're going to have to pay for parking. You're going to have to pay for gas. You're going to do all that. So I get that. Like, I'll drive there and I'll park that bitch and hop in an Uber. Like, I get that. That makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because that's exactly what he do. I said, damn, for real. He was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I park in these motherfuckers. He was like, man, that shit like $20 a day. All right, I
Mm-hmm.
just pay that $20 a day, and I just
Right.
Uber everywhere I go.
Right. So just imagine if he drove there and then every place that he wanted to go, he had to pay for parking. So you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
not only is he paying for where he's staying, but if he want to go downtown and eat, he got to pay $20 here. If he want to go to an event, he got to pay $30 there. Like you know what I'm saying? Then you got to pay for gas. Gas is high. Like you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I'll drive up there, park that bitch, and hop in it over. Totally makes sense. You
yeah,
know, and then you got to deal with the traffic. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to deal with the anxiety and all that kind of stuff. When then you got to find a parking spot. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. So I totally get it.
Yeah, because
You know.
because his mother stays down there, so he's frequent there a lot. He was like, "Nah, nigga, I'll go down there and I park that motherfucker. I'll put that motherfucker in there, and I know I'm gonna be there for 4 days, so I just automatically know that's what I'm paying. I just Uber the rest of the anywhere I go. I just Uber that bitch.
Right. And like Uber is worldwide, you know. So I've taken Ubers in Barcelona, in South Africa, in Dubai. I've done Ubers all over. So yeah, like, and I have no problem hopping on that app, finding me a deal. So
I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to try it. I ain't never did Uber. I just be like, man, fuck it, man. I be driving places and be paying for shit.
Yeah, and then like on, you know, just one more thing before we move on, because we spent a lot of time on this, but like even in the city, like if I have to go get some car work done, I'll take the car to go get car work done, and I'll call Uber to come get me. I ain't sitting up here like.
Oh yeah. Nah,
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. I'm sitting right there. Like
Nah.
I don't care if y'all be like, yeah, it's a 3 hour wait. All right, bet, nigga. You got a charge a plug over here. I can charge my phone. I'm chilling.
Nah, I remember I took my car last year to Meineke, and Meineke is like 5-6 minutes away. I took that car up there, and it was like the end of March last year. I was like, you know what? I took it up there on a Saturday morning, and I was like, you know what? This would be a great time to do my taxes. Since I'm awake, I ain't got no excuse. Let me go on ahead and get this Uber right back to the house. And I did my taxes while I was waiting on my car.
Why don't you just walk? You said it's 5-6 minutes away.
Because 5-6 minutes away can turn into 45 minutes of walking.
Fuck no. That's not how walking works.
It kind of does.
How do you walk? Like, how the fuck do you walk? Because like
Well, I take big strides because I have long legs.
Exactly. That's what I'm like, nigga. With your legs, if they said the walking distance is fucking 6 minutes, if I had your legs, I know I'm getting there in 3.
But then you gotta go like up a hill and down a hill and over the river and through the woods. Like I gotta do all that.
Man, no,
I'm not doing it. And and then on the highway too. I ain't doing all that.
You did not have to cross a whole highway. Fuck
40 highway, 7 highway.
You did not have to do all of that.
Those are highways, sir.
Yeah, you didn't have to do all that if it said it was 6 minutes away.
I didn't have to, but it is there. Man. It is an option.
Man, nah, listen. So for my if you see something that says if you're 6 minutes away from your home, if you want to go back home, just fucking walk there.
I'm not doing that. I'll get an Uber.
I'm walking.
Call me what you want, but call me an Uber while you're calling me.
Yeah, I'm walking.
So yeah, but yeah, you know, prayers go out to the driver and the passenger. Hopefully they find them people. Thank God she's still alive to see another day and to be with her babies. Excuse me. So yeah, so moving on to Tiger Woods, y'all. It's all good, y'all. Tiger Woods, y'all. It's all good, y'all. Speaking of somebody that needs to call a fucking Uber, it's Tiger Woods. We have a breaking news incident with Tiger Woods like every other year.
Yes.
So this one is no different. He got into another wreck. And now they have arrested him for DUI. I did hear that he did pass one of the field checks, but they still arrested him for DUI. But all right. The mugshot is there. And the mugshot looks like he was inebriated a bit. It doesn't look like he was wasted, but it looks like he was inebriated. And you know, you don't have to be wasted. You can be inebriated and still cause a bunch of damage. But this is not the first time. Like I said, we get one like every other year. And there was one time where he was almost up out of that motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, he almost killed himself.
yeah.
He had to get rods and this shit and everything.
Yeah. And he ain't really been the same.
Nah.
But he ain't learned his lesson. And for somebody to be as rich as he is, he still want to fucking drive. Like, let me have a fraction of his money. You will never see me behind the driver's wheel ever again. Because as much as I love cars, I do not like driving. And I sure the hell ain't gonna drive if I'm inebriated. So,
well, I mean, and I get what you're saying, 100%, and I feel like he should have had that type of mentality to think that. But I think Tiger Woods, because I just don't want to crucify him on this shit. I will say it was a bad decision, but I just think because he has so many handlers, I think he wants to have control of some part of his life.
And I saw somebody else make that point. And you can have control over how inebriated you get. If you want to drive, that's just what it is. You cannot drink.
And so you took the words from my mouth, because I was just about to say, as much as you want to have some type of control because he has so many handlers, you need to be fully aware when you take control of certain parts of your life to be aware of certain things.
Yeah. It's not cool. It's completely irresponsible. And, people lose their lives behind foolishness like that.
Exactly.
And it's not cool. It's not fair. We got on this same podcast and we was, coming down on Karen Huger for her fourth DUI. Same rules apply to Tiger Woods.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come the fuck on. Like, how many cars you got to fucking wreck? Like, what are you, like, at this point, it's like, are you trying to unalive yourself? Because, geez Louise, why do you have to continuously get into wrecks behind the same shit?
It's just so much going on because I watch people go to bat for Tiger in this situation.
Yeah. And I saw a video of somebody that was like in tears.
Like, and I did, my thing is this, like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is not me, like, being that kind with this man. Because I know you got a bunch of handlers and I know people are pushing you this way and pushing you this way. And I get, like, you feel like, oh, you're not in control of your life. Even saying that still doesn't mean that you do what you just did. And not only do what you just did, this has been something that you are privy to. You have known for fucking up cars. Like, they gave you a pass. Like in a lot of these car wrecks, they gave you a pass because of not only your name, but because of the situation you was going through with your ex-wife.
Yeah.
And they were giving you a pass for that. But at the same time, we have to pay attention to what you were doing. Even this one. Bro, you flipped that bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you flipped this month. You literally went on top of another car and turned your car the fuck over. Like,
yeah.
When are we gonna stop trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? When are we gonna stop trying to hold these niggas by their coattail and make them accountable for this shit? Because he's never gonna learn if he's not held accountable for this.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, and it's not me downplaying Tiger Woods. I do believe Tiger Woods has a problem. Like, just being quite honest, me even deep diving into this, because when you told me or when you showed me this, I deep dived into that. Um, I do believe he has a problem with pain medicine because he has a back injury. He has
Yeah.
a severe back injury. And I think he chases those medications with alcohol, and then he thinks he can drive, and that's
Yeah.
a problem. I'm a 100% tell y'all. I'm just one of those people. That's probably why I didn't pop Thea's pills when I was growing up. I don't condone to this because, nigga, I can't. If I take like if I take two Advils in the morning and two Advils in the afternoon, and then I decide to drink a beer or drink a couple of beers, nigga, I cannot drive at all. Like
Mm.
I'm, I'm just one of them. I'm not privy to medication like that.
Yeah.
I can't drive at all. I've tried it, nigga. I have to look with one eye, and I'm like, nigga, I'm not doing this shit ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't understand why a motherfucker can be understand like I have to take this every day for pain, and then I decide to chase this shit with a whiskey chaser. I'm just drinking it with beer. I can imagine how the fuck this nigga feel. Like, ain't you shouldn't be behind the wheel just to be
Right.
like
Just
100.
seriously. Yeah.
You
It's
shouldn't
like
be
whatever you
behind the
want to
wheel.
do you, but don't do it behind the wheel.
Right. And I
Like
don't
just
like
seriously.
at one point we have to understand that he has to be held accountable for this. And like we can't be sitting up on TV crying or trying to make an excuse for this man. Um,
Right.
we gotta and this is not me downplaying Tiger Woods for downplaying his blackness. Me as this is me as a human being saying no. Like I get it. You take this medication because there's something fucked up about you. And um, you probably need to go to rehab over it. But because you have these certain ailments about your body and you take this shit and it's legally given and prescribed to you, I just want you to like understand that like no, you need a driver. You have enough money to get a driver,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or
Speaking of,
you got
see,
enough money to just not the fuck go out nowhere. People are gonna come see you, period.
that too. That too. But speaking of rehab, I did hear that he did go to rehab out of the country. So we'll see what comes of that.
So
But yeah.
yeah, it's good. Like they be like, oh yeah, we don't allow you to drink whiskey here, but you can smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like that's just me. I always say like we got to pay attention to where people are sending people to rehab because
Yeah.
sometimes rehab is just a cash grab.
Yeah. And people were questioning the whole going out of the country for rehab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they be like, we don't have any hard liquor here, but you can smoke weed and drink wine all day.
Mhm.
You're not helping him.
It's not. It's not. And I mean, and that's even if you buy the whole him going to rehab. He could just be going to a resort out of the country. You know what I'm saying? And just telling the public, "Oh, I'm going to rehab."
Exactly. Listen,
Oh,
I know individuals that go to rehab. Maybe I got one homeboy that goes to rehab because his parents tell him to every couple years. It doesn't stop him from his addiction. He just does it so he can continue to do the shit he was doing without any legal transitions against it.
yeah. One thing that I've noticed, which I mean, I didn't have to work with people that have addictions to know this, but I do see it with working with them. Um, you don't get nothing out of it until you're ready.
Exactly. You gotta want to do this. You gotta want to go to rehab. You can't just go to rehab because you didn't got caught fucked up.
Right.
Like you gotta want to be like, hey man, I'm about to go here and I'm about to get my shit straight. If you're not doing that, then 9 times out of 10, none of this is ever going to work. Because I'm never going to say rehab is not good, because rehab is good for anybody that wants to be in rehab. If you don't want to be in rehab and you're forced to do it, or it's court appointed and you don't feel like it's for you, then you're going to keep on doing the same shit you've been doing.
Right. You have to be ready to make that change. You know, and the ones that are most successful are the ones that want to be there, not the ones that where it's court appointed, or you can't get your license back, or this may be a step towards getting your kids back or something like that. Like, you're gonna go through the motion, but are you gonna be completely done? No, you're not.
That is, man. I remember, and I'll just say this, because I'm not. I don't want to speak ill will on rehabs, because I do think rehabs work if somebody is willing to go to rehab. I remember getting my first court case, and they sent me to a rehab facility because I was like, I'm an addict instead of just, and they did more drugs there than I seen anybody fucking do in America. I was just like, God damn, these niggas be hot as a bitch in here. And they just can't wait till they get out of jail to get high free.
Right.
But they got high as a motherfucker in there. Like, they was looking at me like, boy, you don't want to hit this shit? I'm like, oh yeah, y'all. I thought everybody read everybody's dossier. Like, nigga, I don't. I did this shit because I didn't want to go to jail. Like, like, you niggas getting high. Right.
No, they was for real addicts.
Yeah.
You just addict on paper.
Yeah, I was an addict on paper. I'm like, you niggas be getting high.
Right.
Like, I'm like, I watched the motherfucker get so high, this motherfucker threw up all over itself. Woke up and still hit the motherfucking pipe. I said, God damn, y'all fucked up.
Yeah.
Y'all fucked up.
He said, young blood, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
No.
Yeah.
To keep it 100, this was a young white dude. I was just like, God damn, you fucked up.
Yeah.
I watched him spill his guts, like, fucked up, like, nigga, everything he ate from 1998 came out that shit. Nigga slept for about 15 minutes, jumped up and hit that pipe like nothing happened. God damn.
Gross.
Yeah, this is what real addiction looked like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, for sure. But yeah, you know what they say, thoughts and prayers. But get your motherfucking shit together, Tiger. Ain't nobody got time for this shit.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Like, you fucked up, nigga. You was about to go back to the Masters.
Yeah, right.
You fucked up, my nigga.
Yeah, like, seriously. But yeah, ain't nobody got time for that shit. Like, get your shit together and let's just move on. So, our last topic this evening is some shit that broke news like a day or two ago. So, this situation happened in January. So, Gucci Mane was held at gunpoint and forced to sign Pooh Sheisty out of his contract.
And motherfucking nigga.
And it was premeditated. It was a whole setup. From what we understand was that Pooh Sheisty set up a meeting with Gucci Mane to talk about his contract. And they were going to have this meeting at a studio. Gucci Mane shows up to the studio and Pooh Shiesty's not there. when he arrives. He eventually comes, and about him and 8 other people held Gucci Man at gunpoint, and forced him to sign some paperwork to release Pooh Sheisty from his contract. And then there was a couple other people that Gucci Man was with, and the other people that Pooh Shiesty was with robbed them of their jewelry. Excuse me. Like I said, this happened in January. Not too long after Pooh Shiesty got released, excuse me, to house arrest from jail. And he had been in jail, what, 5 years or some shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the people that was with Pooh Shiesty during this situation was his father, who I looked up a little bit about his father, and it looked like his father was like part of a mafia or some shit. So he's a street nigga for real. And then there was another rapper. I want to say that dude name was like Big 50 or something
Big
like
30.
Big 30. So never heard of that guy. I had to Google who the hell he was. But yeah, so these things happen in January. These are federal crimes that they are being charged with. All of them except for like one person at the press conference time had been arrested at that point, which was about like 2 days ago when they had the press conference. But yeah, now they have not mentioned um Gucci Man's name by Gucci Man in the paperwork. They haven't even said Roderick Davis in the paperwork. They have said RD. And, they've gone into detail as to um what paperwork RD had to sign. And if you put two and two together, you know, um Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci. RD, Roderick Davis, that's his given name. And so yeah. Now I had this question when I heard this information, and then I saw somebody put it on Facebook, and I was like, I had the same question. Does this make Gucci Man a snitch?
Hmm. Are you asking me?
I am.
Gucci Man is a felon.
Yeah.
He's a former inmate,
Yeah.
and he is a um, entrepreneur, a real estate owner, and
He's
a
also a
record
hood nigga that goes
and
by
a
hood politics.
and and a and a record label owner. He is a civilian right now because the Gucci Man that we all believe we know, we don't. So does that make him a snitch? And my standards, no.
Mm.
And the reason why it doesn't make him a snitch to me is because, as far as what I know, he's not in the streets anymore. And so, if you become a civilian and someone does something like this to you, and you don't want to go into street politics, then of course you get the police involved.
Trick.
Sorry. I don't know. I don't know if I pissed anybody off for saying that, but it's just the honest to God truth.
Okay. So Trick Turner says they wouldn't have done that to Potbelly Gucci. Yeah, because Potbelly Gucci is a killer.
Potbelly Gucci would have shot everybody before they walked in.
Yeah, like Potbelly Gucci would have told him to get it back in blood. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah. I don't know. I don't know because I mean I hear what you're saying, but like I said, a hood nigga that still goes by hood politics. I really believe
I don't
that
believe
had
he
the
does.
tables
I
been
don't.
turned,
But
he
what hood politics did Gucci do now? Like, name me any hood politics that Gucci does now.
okay. So what are the ones that he doesn't do?
No, 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 no. You gonna answer this question?
I mean,
What
I don't
hood
know.
politics do you see Gucci man doing right now?
I don't know.
You don't know because it's not any.
I don't know if I agree with that though, because I really feel like he goes still by the street politics. I
Okay.
haven't seen him renounce it.
Okay, so I'll give you
And
this.
I'm not the biggest Gucci Man fan. I don't follow him like that. I don't like the way that he moves. So I don't really follow him, period. Now he got some undeniable hits. I ain't gonna hold you, but I don't like the way that he moves with certain people. Like case in point, his son.
Okay.
So I just can't get jiggy with that.
All right. So, but even that is not saying that he moves on street politics. Um, but I'll give you that.
Mhm.
I'll give you the, he a hood dude. No, he not no more. And I'm
So
not
when did
going
he
to.
make this change?
Okay, so again, I'm gonna say this.
Hmm.
Gucci is a felon. Gucci is someone that did time.
Hmm.
Um, but Gucci is also a person who is a business owner and an entrepreneur and a record label owner.
And with
On
all that being said, I don't feel
oh
like that's an excuse.
no, listen to what I'm about to say.
Hmm.
He's also an individual that not only signed artists, he signed artists to not only a deal, but also life insurance contracts that guaranteed him millions if something happened to them.
Yes.
Um,
And
so hold
there has
on
been
before
a lot of
before you
things.
finish,
Hmm.
before you say that.
Hmm.
So because he is that person, he no longer moves on street politics anymore.
It sounds worse.
Gucci Man moves in capitalism. So he's no longer a street guy. He's a capitalist. And a capitalist just got robbed. So you think a capitalist is going to go to street politics, or is he going to go to the police?
You know, this ain't the first time that this has happened, right?
This ain't the first time that, but I'm asking the question.
I find that you giving only two options is not right. I feel like there's a
it's
third
no,
option.
it's no other options with that.
No, no,
It's
no,
two
no,
of
no,
them.
no, 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 no. Because of the fact that we have examples of this happening, there is a third option.
Okay, what's the third option?
So if I can go to example A, and look at me like learning shit. In case law, there was a situation that occurred in the 90s with a ruthless records CEO named Easy E.
Mm,
Easy E was beat up and was presented paperwork to release Dr. Dre. Easy E did not go to the authorities. Easy E did not, take it to the street. Easy E had a third option. And yes, he did release him, but he still made money off of him. So Dre Day only makes Easy's payday. So yeah, you want to go over to death row? By all means, carry your fat ass over there, but you still gonna pay me. So yeah, there's a third option.
I'm so glad you said that,
Mm-hmm.
because I will give you that, and I
Mm-hmm.
will raise you this.
Okay.
In what situation in Gucci's case was that similar, besides the strong arm, because he signed away. Easy didn't sign away um the Dr. Dre and the public, and like the publishing and all that. He just signed away Dr. Dre going to another label.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the way the paperwork was wrote up. So if the paperwork is wrote up where um you know what I'm saying, I'm not making any money, then where else would I go to but the authorities? Because I can't do this on street politics, because this nigga's already done this. He's already held me up at gunpoint and did what can I do at this point but to fight him like the white man fight him?
And the white man also fight with lawyers. So if you want to be released, let's go on ahead and get this paperwork drawn up to get you released, and we're gonna let our lawyers handle it.
But Pooh Sheisty wasn't thinking that.
No, Pooh Sheisty wasn't, and neither was Suge when he went over there and beat.
So neither was Suge, but Suge wasn't thinking that Eazy also had a Jewish man in his pocket that was like, no, go ahead and sign that over, because you just signing over the release of Dr. Dre, not Dr. Dre's entity. Because that's what a lot of people don't understand when you sign contracts. It's a word called perpetuity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can sign away for you to go somewhere else, but I still own intellectual properties for a long time for you. Some of them is to the end of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was the case in this situation. I think it was a case where he made him sign over everything, and so he had to get the police involved, because now this is strong arm robbery. I'm not saying
he could have just chopped it up and went on about his way. Like, you win some and you lose some.
You could. I'm not saying Gucci is right at this. I ain't saying that. I'm not saying Roderick Davis. I'm not saying Roderick Davis is wrong. Exactly. I'm not saying Roderick Davis is wrong or right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying he's wrong or right in this situation. I'm just saying, for a capitalist,
mm-hmm.
if you make a fatal mistake of doing this, then yes, I can 100% call the authorities and say what I just signed was in distress because of this situation. And because what people aren't paying attention to is it is footage that this has happened.
There's definitely footage.
So to safeguard myself, I'm going to have to put you back in jail, because I don't want nobody to think that this is how you gonna get out of a contract. Yeah. I just think he was thinking more of on the capitalistic side and the business side than the street side. Because if I just allow this to happen, now I got to be on a swivel every time with a bunch of weird ass niggas. I would rather you think I'm the police because of my business mind than think that I'm gonna just handle shit street all the time. I'm getting old out here. I ain't about to keep playing with you like that. And I'm just speaking on my opinion of what I would think Roderick Davis would do. I don't think Roderick Davis who has been through all of these things would deal with somebody who would try to do him like that and expect it to fly without him making a decision, which was a capitalist decision.
But we have to also look at it from the other side as well. What was it? Because somebody don't just jump off the porch doing that shit, right? Something had happened for him to feel like that's the only option at this point. Cause you got me fucked up. Like, how many times has he come to him and been like, "Hey, can I get this? Can I get that?" Blah blah blah. And then he just was unhappy with where he was, or he was seeing the writings on the wall. We not gonna act like we just gonna turn a blind eye to how many people have died or went to jail under Gucci Man. Pooh Sheisty being one of them. So it's like you got an omen on you at this point. I want to be out. What can I do to be out?
I
Can I
understand.
pay to get out? Can I do this to get out? Can I do that to get out? Like we not gonna act like he just went to this. Like I'm not gonna act like he just went to that. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, you know what? Maybe he did try, and maybe he felt like this was the only resort that he had. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, and if you feel like that, and if anybody who feels like that, um, I would say this to you, um, that you didn't learn from your first fucking mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing in a nutshell is whatever contract you signed, you owe. It's a liability that you owe. You
Mm-hmm.
owe something. You
Yeah.
already in you're a liability. You're not an asset. You're a liability. One, because you already spent time behind bars. So if you want certain things, unless you have the equity to get out of it, then you
Mm-hmm.
owe me certain things. So for you not to understand that and for you to go this way, um, that's when I gotta get them people on you.
Yeah.
And
And then, there might have been one fucked up contract. And
I
then you and then you
100% it
gotta
could have been a
look at
fucked up.
it on a whole nother level and be like, damn, we expect the white man to screw us, but you the brother man, and you screwing us too. And you screwing the young guns that's coming out. Cause like damn near everybody that was on that label was a young gun, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Now
he's screwing all the young guns on his label, and like
I
it.
understand everything that you're saying.
Mhm,
And I'm not saying that Roderick Davis did not give these people a bad contract. I'm not saying that at all.
mhm,
Because he could have definitely, because for a long time in the music business, everybody got a shit contract.
mhm.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying in the same notion of you knew you had a shit contract because at the time you needed the money, but then you end up going to jail. You don't know how far in the red you are. So for you to even go this route, to think that was the easy way out, is the reason why you in the trick bag that you in, because
I
you're not
think
dealing with somebody. You're not dealing with somebody who just started a label from his mother's house. He has this. He established this label after he got out of jail. After he had a couple of million behind him, and he put life insurance policies on you guys. This man is not playing how you think it's supposed to be played. It is too many legal transactions and paperwork that you signed. You cannot play with me like that, especially when it's footage shown that you tried to play with me like that. I have to go to these people. Like, it's not, again, I'm not saying that this was a thing to do for Gucci, or I'm not saying this is a thing to do for Pooh Shiesty. I think that Roger Davis gave these niggas a fucked up contract. Gucci lived off the glory off of it, and then Shiesty realized this was a bad deal, and Roger Davis sent that nigga back to prison. This is exactly what happened.
okay. And Eric Wright would never. But Trick Turner said Roderick is a civilian millionaire. He's reformed. He has millions at stake if he goes back to Gucci ways. He also said he's Roderick now. This situation proves Gucci is no more. Signing a contract under duress voids it, so he definitely had to get authorities involved.
Exactly.
I mean, when you sign, I'm sure it has to be notarized, so it has to be filed and all that kind of shit. So it still wouldn't have been okay, regardless on if you got the authorities involved or not. It still wouldn't have been okay.
I'm still gonna have to
They
get
should
the
have just
authorities
got the
involved.
lawyers involved.
But what I get what you're saying, because you're 100% right. I can just get the lawyers involved and we'll just go through this. But again, we're not dealing with Gucci Man that we know Gucci Man from. We're dealing with Roderick Davis.
Yeah.
Roderick Davis ain't playing that shit, because Roderick Davis in the streets ain't about to be getting played by everybody that's trying to do that to him. I'm going to put them people on you. Get the fuck away from me.
But y'all keep on bringing up Roderick Davis. Y'all keep on bringing up Roderick Davis like Roderick Davis wasn't the one that told us about the people versus him. Like Roderick Davis wasn't the one going to jail.
No, I'm saying
Roderick Davis was that in the streets too.
I understand that, and this is what I'm saying. Roderick Davis is a reformed man. Gucci Man is an artist. Roderick Davis is a business owner. Gucci Man is the artist. Everybody's talking about Gucci Man. Gucci Man, that's an artist.
I feel like Gucci Man is no more. I feel like Gucci Man went to jail and Roderick Davis came out. And we've been dealing with Roderick Davis.
And you can be 100% right. You can be 100% right that Roderick Davis came out. Gucci Man went in, Roderick Davis came. At the same time, you're not dealing, you can't pull up on Roderick Davis like you can pull up on Gucci Man. Gucci Man was killing niggas. Roderick Davis is sending niggas back to jail.
That's tough. That's tough. And like I said, Eric Wright would never.
But we not talking about Eric Wright. We talking about Roderick Davis.
Yeah. We aren't talking about Eric Wright, because Eric Wright would never.
Okay. Your love for Easy is dope. But Roderick Davis is a whole different caliber of an individual. That's a whole different entity. And it is footage that y'all did this shit to Roderick Davis. So y'all are going to jail courtesy of Roderick Davis.
That's tough.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It is what it is. You're 100% correct. It is most definitely what it is. And we will definitely see this play out for sure. Because in a couple of days, I'm invested. I want to see what happens. I want to see what happens with Gucci's career, because it's really been a lot of discourse on if he is a snitch or not.
You can't be a snitch when you're a civilian now. You can't be a snitch.
And you know, be that as it may, can we take Gucci Man, quote unquote, seriously anymore?
Yeah, you can take Gucci Man
because if Roderick Davis sends a man to jail, regardless of what they did, you know, you're not supposed to send another black man to jail, all that shit, whoop-de-whoop, blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
But if Roderick Davis sends a black man to jail, and then in the same breath, Gucci Man puts out another album talking that same shit he's been talking for the past 20 years, are we going to take him seriously? Or are we going to put him in that category? Or do this generation just not give a fuck? Just like we don't give a fuck. Well, it ain't we, but this generation don't give a fuck about Rick Ross being a CEO.
Again, what does Gucci Man talk about?
He talks about a lot of shit.
So I'm talking about as soon as he got out. What
Hmm.
does Gucci Man talk about?
You know, I don't really too much know, cause
Okay,
I tried when he first got
cool.
out.
And
Like I said, I don't really too much rock with him like that. So when he had first got out, I put on a Gucci Man playlist, and I was like, you know what? There actually are more songs that I like that I didn't know.
yeah, so Gucci
But
Man.
then when the album started to drop, I was like, yeah, I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Okay,
Oh,
I mean, and he's an acquired taste, but
yeah, he is.
Gucci Man is definitely not the Gucci Man that got the ice cream tatted on his face. He doesn't
No.
talk. He doesn't talk the same way. He doesn't reference the same things. So if he has a bop, nobody is going to bat an eye over it, because if you just got a bop, nobody is paying attention to anything because you don't talk about that no more. Again,
Okay, so what does he talk about? So if I can't answer that question, can you? What does he talk about?
all that nigga just talk about is being rich now.
Oh well, we really ain't listening to that shit.
You not, but you know who is?
Who?
Young niggas. So young niggas only gonna hear about how rich he is, not
But
about
are young niggas really listening to Gucci Man? Like let's just be real. Or is it the young niggas that's really listening to Gucci Man?
probably not the young niggas around you, but I can guarantee you in Atlanta, he still got a backer.
Well, that's Atlanta.
And
Atlanta's going to
in the
back
region,
anybody
I can
from
tell
Atlanta.
you from Atlanta, Tallahassee, about Alabama, all of those in those regions. Yeah, Gucci still got a backing. He's still talking rich shit, and those young niggas still want to be rich like Gucci.
But I'm not talking about the regional. I'm not talking about the regional shit. Cause I feel like the young niggas of today are not listening to Gucci Man. Like they may respect him, they may know some of the songs that they mama used to play, but are they listening to a Gucci Man album? No.
But do you need to be nationwide to be rich?
That's not. I'm. That's besides the point.
No, but no, I'm only talking about because this is what Gucci is looking at. Gucci's just
No,
only
you
trying to
don't.
stay rich.
Well, to answer your question, no, because there are a lot of Houston rappers that have not been nationwide that are rich.
Thank you.
So
So
that's
that
besides
nigga
the
just want to
point.
stay rich. He don't want to stay relevant. He just want to stay rich. It's a big difference.
But part of that is being able to sell out, you know, concerts and stuff.
You think he ain't gonna sell out concerts in
Yeah,
Tallahassee, Alabama?
he'll probably get like I said, he'll probably have the crowd that has grown with him. You know what I'm saying? The
He gonna
people that
have
are
them
around
young
his
niggas
age.
too. He gonna
I
have them
don't
young niggas too.
Ain't no
Young
young niggas out here bumping Gucci Man like that. Like, come on. They like I
that
said, they
you
may
know.
know a hit or two that they mama was playing, but the young niggas, I'm thinking young niggas is like high school to early 20s. They not thinking about Gucci Man like that. They
So
think the Migos is old.
okay, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. Just because I'm privy to this, um, I happen to know a lot of young individuals that come from Kentucky. And the individuals I know are from the ages of 13 to 21. You know who their favorite rapper is?
Oh,
Gucci. So
why?
hold on, before you even
No, I'm asking why.
because he talked that rich shit. They just want to be rich,
Okay.
and I know the individuals that I deal with.
Yeah.
For the individuals that don't know that, you think that's the only people that listen to that? They had to get that from somewhere too.
Yeah.
So in their area, that's the bop. So regionally, they good. That's what I'm saying. Like what we're looking at, or how you're looking at it, and how I would look at it, like, man, ain't nobody checking for that shit. We always forget that it is small spots that only get certain shit, and they eat that shit for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he's gonna eat. We learned a long time ago. Shit, Tech Nine showed us all you need is 10,000 fans to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
So if you know that Gucci got at least 40,000, if you separate him between 7 states, that's how he's worried about. He ain't worried about shit else.
Okay.
Like, I get what you're saying, because like
Mm-hmm.
you're 100% right, but that's for a nigga that want to be global. That nigga just want to be rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you
I
don't
mean,
think
it could
niggas in
not.
Memphis still gonna come down there and fuck with Gucci?
You said what again?
You don't think niggas in Memphis still gonna try to go down there and fuck with Gucci?
No. And the reason
Man,
why
yeah.
is because ain't Pooh Sheisty from Memphis?
Yep. And I
So they
guarantee
are
you,
not fucking with Gucci Man.
I
If Gucci
guarantee
Man
you it's
send that
gonna
nigga
be,
back to jail, they not fucking with him.
I can guarantee you it's gonna be some niggas from Memphis that still fuck with Gucci. You gonna say that? You gonna
They
say
hold Pooh
like, nah, that ain't
Shiesty.
gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. Shit, come on, man.
They hold Pooh
And the reason
Shiesty
why I
down
say
there as
it's
the
gonna happen,
unregarded NBA YoungBoy. Memphis is not fucking with Gucci if Gucci sends Pooh Shiesty back to jail.
shit, watch what happened.
Come,
Motherfucker said
come on.
Young Buck
Dude.
couldn't go back to Memphis.
You said who?
They said Young Buck couldn't sell in Memphis.
Why
And
would they
he's
say
from
that
Memphis
Young Buck couldn't sell in Memphis?
because of all the bullshit that was going on. He was a bitch. Cash Money did this and Cash Money did that. That nigga
Young
booming.
Buck
Yes.
up against Cash Money?
They said, yeah, not Cash Money, but when Juva was like, man, that nigga a bitch. Why? This nigga ain't doing this, and this nigga can't do this, and that nigga sell out in Memphis.
What does Memphis have to do with Young Buck and Juvenile? I'm confused.
What do
Because
you
for
think?
one, Young
What
Buck
do
is
you
from
think Young Buck is
Nashville.
from?
He's from Nashville.
But he's still from Tennessee.
Right.
This is
So
what-
what is that? So why wouldn't he be able to go back to Tennessee? I'm confused.
So what I'm saying is, if you have a conglomerate like a Cash Money and a Juvenile to say this nigga ain't shit, why, but
He's a
that nigga
hometown hero. Of course they're gonna take his side.
okay. So you think that at the same time, Gucci ain't gonna be able to get a nigga out of that, give that nigga a couple grand, and that nigga ain't gonna represent Gucci?
He will be going up against the hometown hero, which is Pooh Shiesty. So you think that like a third party, if Gucci Man say that, 24 gold, 24K gold, we just gonna make up a name. 24K gold is a rapper out of Memphis. And Gucci Man says, hey, I want to put you on a song. And he gets on the song, that they gonna be okay if they were to perform that song in Memphis?
Yep.
Because he went up against Pooh Shiesty.
If it's a bop, I ain't saying he got to go up against Pooh Shiesty. I'm saying he just got to make a bop.
Doing a song at this point, anything you do with Gucci is going against Pooh Shiesty.
Okay, if it's a bop, they gonna forget all that shit.
I don't think so. R.I.P. to Young Dolph. I don't think so.
Shit. We'll find out.
So.
We'll find out. And if it happens, then we're gonna come back to this. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna say I told you so. I'm gonna just be like, yeah.
I'm just saying, R.I.P. to Young Dolph. I don't think so.
R.I.P. to Young Dolph.
But Ashton says the person that told was probably Gucci's head of security, who's a retired police officer. We'll see if he's Roderick or Gucci when it comes to him taking the stand. Just him, hiring a retired police officer is him turning.
Yeah, you got a weird. So I wouldn't hire.
I thought it was fuck the police. Ain't we supposed to be on that? That's the thing that kills me about people with Rick Ross. Ain't we supposed to be on some fuck the police shit? So now
Lindsay,
because like you're retired, you're it's no longer fuck the police.
Lindsay,
What?
if you were hiring security, would you not hire security because they told you that they used to be ex-police officers?
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm a civilian.
No, I'm just
Of course, I'm gonna
Roderick
hire.
Davis is a civilian.
But that shit is a
Roderick
little
Davis is
blurry
a
to me.
civilian.
It's a little blurry to me. It's a little blurry to me.
Just saying. Like,
I'm just
boy,
saying
like,
because last I checked, fuck the police means fuck the police.
not that you get with Nipsey on me. Last time that I checked.
I know, right? Right. You know, shout out. Hold on. Shout out to Nip. But so Trick says he's on the chitlin circuit making a big bag still.
Yeah.
Your point?
100%.
Okay. Ashton says FDO has 50 million views. I would think Memphis ain't fucking with Gucci like that anymore. What is FDO?
I guess that's a song. I don't know.
Fuck the.
Yeah, don't even try it. Don't try it.
I got fuck.
Like,
we old. Like, look, we old. We don't know what this shit means.
FDO could be like fucking bitches obese. Like, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Trick says Memphis niggas ain't all on one accord, like you're saying. It's going to be somebody else from there that will get down with Roderick simply because
Thank you. Thank you. None of them niggas are connected like that. Thank you.
So Ashton says FDO is first day out. So which did Pooh Sheisty have a first day out?
Oh yeah, the track.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm kind of with
I'm just.
But you know who started the trend? Now I will give them this. Who started the first day out trend was Gucci. He started the first day out trend. So I will give him that.
That's the thing. It's like, it's not, man. Come on. If y'all don't, if anybody that's listening to me now, man, especially if you from Memphis and you a hungry artist and you don't know shit about Pooh Sheisty, you don't know his family, you don't know his niggas, you don't know nobody, you ain't even from the hood. You ain't from that neck of the woods, and Gucci tell you, I'm gonna give you $100,000 over here, and then I'm gonna guarantee you $1 million because your song is a bop. You don't think that nigga gonna take that backing?
If he know what's good for him, absolutely the fuck not. And it ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
What do you mean was good? I get what you're saying.
If he know what's good for him, absolutely the fuck not. Gucci Mane has a horrible track record of his artists either dying or going to jail. He's radioactive. I'm not getting nowhere near that nigga. Hell no.
Who knows, Lindsay? Who knows what's good for him? Like, because I get what you're saying, because you're saying that from what you have seen and what we have seen.
Yeah. So if he comes to anybody, if they know what's good for him, stay away from that nigga in a contract. Absolutely the fuck not.
How you gonna tell a 21-year-old with a baby on the way that's trying to take care of his family that he can't do that right then and there? Because I always try to play the devil's advocate
to take care of the family.
I always try to play the devil's advocate because I always look at those.
How you gonna play the devil's advocate to my devil's advocate though?
Because that's how I work. You know, I've been doing that. We've been doing this for years with each other.
Right.
But like, you can't tell nobody when they in a situation where they already feel like they in rock bottom that this ain't gonna be the best deal for them.
I hear
They
what you're saying. I
they
hear what
gonna
you're
do
saying,
that,
and that has been people's excuses for signing these horrible contracts when we have had countless examples on why you should read the fine
and
print.
they
So
still
I
gonna
hear,
sign them.
and they still sign them. So I hear what you're saying. However, signing a horrible contract is totally different from being here to take care of your family. Because again, he has a horrible track record where people that sign to him either go to jail or die. Either way it go, you're not going to be here to take care of that family that you're thinking of, quote unquote, while you're considering signing this deal.
So
So if you're that good, this will not be the only deal.
yeah, but they don't know that. I mean, because you just gotta think about it.
But
If
that's why
if
you should not go off of impulse, and you should think about it, and you should consult a lawyer.
well,
You do all the things.
I do think you should consult a lawyer, but I do think money talks. And so if you got somebody that in they biggest moment, excuse me, in they biggest moment, they made like 2 racks in a month. That's their biggest moment. Because like
Mhm.
you gotta understand, you know what I'm saying, how certain niggas do things. So that's my
Yeah.
biggest moment. Now you turn around and told me you was gonna give me $100,000. My biggest moment where I was like, oh, I get to take my, I got a little extra DoorDash and I got to, know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. I paid for my daughter's daycare fees with just 2 bands. And now this nigga told me he gonna give me 100 and he gonna guarantee me $1 million if I sign. You are going to go with that. Anybody who is in that lifestyle is gonna go for that. They're not gonna be like, oh, let me like the reason why we have certain contracts that was in benefit of an artist is because somebody was around them that said, hold on, if they're offering you this, that means that they believe that they're gonna get this much out of you. When you just somebody that ain't got nobody, you gonna sign that deal.
Yeah.
You gonna sign that deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
100%.
telling you, it if it was presented to me when I was in my 20s, I would have signed that deal. Now, give me the game that I got now. If I'd have had, if they would have presented that deal to me at 20, I'd have knew, oh shit, if he's guaranteed me $1 million, that means he's gonna make at least 10 off of me. Then no. Like now we gotta renegotiate. Now we gotta figure it out. Or now that I know that you looking, now I need to go look for somebody else. Because even if they only offer me 3 million, it's gonna be way more than what you just said because I know what I'm capitalizing off of. But you gotta, that's the knowing the things. When you just got a nigga that's just rapping, he don't know none of that shit. Only thing he know is he got a bop on his hands.
Yeah. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? And I get that you know, literacy when it comes to stuff like this is very scarce. And that's the reason why people can get over on others hand over fist. And it's been happening for decades upon decades. Like I totally understand that. However, being that we are in 2026, if I do a simple Google search on the outcome of Gucci Man signees, you know, they're either not alive or they're in jail. I don't want to be one of those people, regardless on how much money you're throwing at me.
You're you're expecting people in poverty to think intellectually.
People in
They're
poverty,
looking out. They're looking up out on how to get out of poverty.
and I get that, and I get that. But if at the end of the day, because people in poverty have smartphones,
100%. But most people in poverty aren't smart.
most people, period, ain't smart.
Yeah. So I mean, because I'm not downplaying nobody. I'm just saying like you putting it in perspective, like they should know better. Most people don't. Most people,
Most people
know
don't.
somebody right
Most
now.
people don't.
You know
But
somebody right now
nowadays it's
that probably
not.
make way more money than you. Just because we all know that person that makes way more money than us, that or is living somewhere where they believe is comfortable, but they're robbing Peter to pay Paul because they don't know how finances work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know this now, where even other people try to give them game and they still don't listen.
Yeah.
What you think? You know what I'm saying? What you think anybody else gonna do in those situations? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, because like I just said, people in poverty got smartphones. Google is very easy to use. We've been using it for umpteen years. At this point, if you sign to Gucci, that's on you. Whatever happens, happens.
and
Be-
you can
you know
and
what I'm saying? Like it just
you can
is what
say
it
that
is
to the sun
because
comes up. You can you
yeah.
can you can go to the mountains and scream that out loud. And then as soon as you say that, I'm gonna look you dead in the face and say, since when did common sense become common?
Common sense has never been common.
Exactly.
But what I'm not gonna do is protect a fool that chooses to be a fool.
I'm not telling you should. I'm just saying
So
what they gonna do. I'm just telling you what they gonna do.
yeah, yeah. Like at this point, you're choosing to be a fool if you sign with him, and that's just real.
Yeah, I'm telling you what they gonna do. They gonna
Yeah,
sign to this nigga. They gonna
yeah.
see a guaranteed $1 million, not knowing that guaranteed $1 million is over the whatever they sign. If they sign 7 years, that means that I'm gonna push this million for 7 years. So if your budget goes over the million, then now you owe me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And that's how they get caught in that trick bag. So Ashton says, yes, first day out was 3 months ago, and it has 50 million views with little radio play. So shout out to Pooh Sheisty for that. Trick says Gucci's track record ain't even close to who is that? Godsey of Empire Records. He's got a whole century full of artists he's still eating off of. Trick also says they're not Googling outcomes. They're asking, is the check going to clear? God protects fools and babies, they'll be all right. Well, he does protect fools and babies, but is he protecting the fool that chooses that life? If you are a willing participant in being a fool, it's one thing when you a fool unbeknownst to you. It's another thing when you sign up to be a fool.
I'm bit okay. So and you're 100% right at that. But like a lot of these, like, because we keep on saying like we have access to Google, we have access to this. Most of these young individuals, and I like how Trick Turner said, you know what I'm saying, God takes care of fools and babies. Because even with these young individuals or these old individuals, a lot of times they don't even do their due diligence to even look at anything when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to record labels or artists or anything like that. They just look at the limelight. They don't look into the back end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I can say this is because at one point in my life, yes, I've said this before. I was trying to be a hip hop artist. But even in that taught me some game about certain things and how certain shit can get miscrewed and how motherfuckers can play you on certain shit. But if you don't know that, that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not saying that you're a dummy or you're a fool. You just don't know. Again, ignorance is bliss. If you don't know, you don't know. Once you know and you still decide to do that, that's on you. But you can't tell a Memphis nigga who, oh man, Gucci fucked over Pooh Sheisty, why. Man, y'all don't know shit. Pooh could have did this, why. Because they're not privy to even understanding how to look this shit up or trying to figure it out. All they look at is, man, Gucci come down here and he be doing this and he do this and he do it. It's a lot of shit that goes on with being ignorant. And one of those things is if I'm just looking at the limelight of certain things, I don't know the back end or the dark side of it. So
Mm-hmm.
if you truly believe, that's where anybody listening to us and watching this, if you truly believe it ain't gonna be a Memphis nigga or a nigga from Tennessee, he can be from, and I'm just making this name up, so don't be trying to look this spot up. If you looking for Left Shoe Tennessee, and this nigga got a bop out there,
It's called Where's the Foot?
yeah, exactly. If he gets a buzz and Gucci picks him up first, that's not him. That's not him being a fool and knowing what he's signing. That's him being ignorant to what's going on.
Blissfully ignorant.
Blissfully ignorant.
And he's choosing to be blissfully ignorant.
He's not choosing. He don't know. You can't choose if you don't know.
No, that's choosing. Because like I said, Google, everybody has Google.
Again, you keep saying
a quick Google search will let you know who you in front of.
How you supposed to do that if you don't really pay attention to, you know what I'm saying, certain things on the internet?
I'm not saying that you need to know the ins and outs, but I'm saying a quick Google search will let you know who you in front of. You know what I'm saying? Like if you Google Gucci Man right now, all this Pooh Sheisty shit is gonna pop up.
So in 3 years, you think that shit gonna pop up?
I definitely think that this shit will pop up. Now it may not be the only thing that pops up. It may not be the first thing that pops up because we don't know what's going to happen in 3 years.
So boom, and I'm glad you said that because that ain't that. I'm telling you, in 3 years, that ain't gonna be the first thing to pop up. So, but ain't nobody still scrolling down.
We don't know what's going to happen in the future. So we don't know if it will be the first thing, if it will be the 10th thing. We don't know. You know, you don't know what you don't know as far as the future is concerned. But if you do a quick Google search right now, this is popping up. If you do like a Google of Gucci Man Memphis affiliations 10 years from now, this shit is going to pop up.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I'll give you that. This is 2026. If Roderick Davis don't get ruined like by the interwebs and get shut down, I can guarantee you by the end of 2028, he's gonna have another Memphis or just Tennessee artist in general. I can guarantee
because people like to be ignorant. People like to go against the grain. People like to do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So it could very well be that it might be somebody, you know, that's on the other side. Like, fuck it. I'm going to still fuck with him regardless. He fuck with me. I fuck with him. Yeah. I don't know nothing about that Pooh Sheisty shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's what I'm about to say. When it don't involve you, your neighborhood, nothing. Watch. I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm telling you. I just watch what happened. I think that's what got me away from it because I'm like, boy, you niggas is just y'all sign y'all mama away for this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, we will most definitely see going forward. Going forward, we most definitely will see how this will transpire. But yeah, that is the Pooh Sheisty Gucci Man situation. I don't have any final thoughts. So Jerry's final thoughts, take it away.
That was a lot. Like we went deep into the.
We really did. Yeah, we really did.
No, we got different opinions about that. But in that whole thing, in a nutshell, with how people feel about that, I would just say this: my Jerry's final thoughts is, y'all got to learn to not only do your due diligence, but to have empathy about individuals that don't. I'm not saying you sympathize with anybody, but you should be empathetic about certain things, especially someone's living arrangements and what they're going through, because that always is going to make it's going to steer their decisions to be on something that you might not think is the right decision, but they're going to think it's the right decision for their living conditions. Your environment is always going to be different from anyone else's, even when you are in the same environment. It's one thing I learned a long time ago. I had a great teacher by the name of L. Scorey. And Miss L. Scorey used to tell me, your life experience ain't your sister's life experience, even though y'all live in the same household. So you got to learn how to be empathetic to everybody's experience in order to understand that everybody is going to be different, but everybody can move a certain way when we align ourselves with empathy. Not saying that you're going to choose the right decision. I'm not saying you're going to choose the wrong decision. But at that same token, when that decision is made, it's because not only do you understand your emotions, but you are empathetic with the emotions of people around you. And as always, take care of yourself and others.
Well, thank you for Jerry's final thought. And this was episode 195 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys for episode 196. Bye.
Exactly.